Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Krypton Life Martial Saint, Invincible from All Lifespan. Chapter 61. Wherever the golden chariot went, the monsters retreated and the monks surrendered one after another. In front of the powerful monks of Violet Palace Realm, no traces can be concealed. What's more, Lu Yuan never hides his traces. The royal family followed the route Lu Yuan took when he came in, all the way deep, across the periphery of Skull Mountain, and arrived at the Poison Mist Swamp. Seeing the corpses of monks and monsters all over the ground, as well as the red-stained swamp, even these Violet Palace monks were a little moved. Moreover, they can clearly sense that there is only one person slaughtering here. Your Majesty, there are countless dead here, but the murderers were all committed by the same person, and the princess also died here. A black-robed Violet Palace monk said with his hands in hand. The murderer's method is indeed somewhat similar to that of Lu Yuan. His aura eventually went deep into the Skull Mountain. Continue tracking. A majestic voice came from the golden chariot. Everyone gave up. The golden dragon pulled up the carriage again and rushed to the direction of Lu Yuan. More than a dozen strong men from the Violet Palace realm rushed towards him with great momentum. The entire Skull Mountain forbidden area was in shock. Mysterious cave mansion. Lu Yuan sat cross-legged on the ground. He was adapting to the changes brought about by the ancient holy body on his body. Suddenly, his soul sensed the appearance of a dozen powerful auras 100 miles away. When he first discovered them, Lu Yuan didn't pay much attention, he just thought that some big force came to hunt for treasure. Unexpectedly, these people actually came for me. His soul swept across, and all the scenes hundreds of miles away appeared in front of him. Golden Chariot, the black dragon totem of the royal family of Lingwu Kingdom. More than a dozen Violet Palace realm masters. And that mysterious being wearing a golden dragon robe. This should be the emperor of Lingwu Kingdom. However, Lu Yuan could not find out his detailed information due to the secret treasure. A dangerous aura flashed in Lu Yuan's eyes. It's just that the royal family of Lingwu Kingdom put up such a big show. Could it be that he came to avenge that unfortunate princess? Lu Yuan smiled. Just in time, he could try out the ancient holy body's combat power. In the blink of an eye, the golden chariot has arrived at the entrance of Cave Mansion. As soon as they approached this mysterious cave mansion, the powerful members of the Lingwu Kingdom royal family could feel the powerful aura inside. Sure enough, the thief is right here. A golden phantom flashed in the air. Mo Wuxiang's strong body walked out of the golden chariot. Looking into the cave mansion, his eyes flashed with murderous intent. Mo Wuxi said to Mo Yan, "Your Majesty, it's dangerous inside, just stay here and wait for good news about my father." As ordered, Mo Yan bowed his hands and saluted, and then reminded him again. "Father, that Lu Yuan is not simple. You must be more careful." Mo Wuxiang nodded, but there was strong confidence in his eyes. He didn't take Lu Yuan seriously at all. The same is true for the dozen Violet Palace powerful men behind him. How could a dozen powerful Violet Palace men be afraid of a young man from the primordial spirit realm? In their eyes, it didn't matter how talented Lu Yuan was. Even if he was really the son of Godfiend, he would definitely fall on the spot today. Walk. After giving the order, Mo Wuxiang took the first step and stepped into the cave mansion. A dozen figures in black robes followed closely behind. This mysterious cave mansion is very large, and the passages are complicated. The soul here has very little effect, so it is still a bit troublesome. Everyone was about to investigate carefully when they saw a Buddha's light. It was a 5-year-old little monk, bathed in Buddha's light, looking like he was born with a deep connection with Buddha. Behind the little monk, a handsome young man in white sat cross-legged in the void. The young man raised his eyes seemed to be brewing with stars, they were so deep that one would lose sight of them just by looking at them. Violet Palace Realm. Mo Wuxiang frowned slightly. According to the information, Lu Yuan's cultivation level is at the early stage of primordial spirit realm. That kid had just broken through the primordial spirit realm, and there was no way he could step into the Violet Palace realm in such a short time. As for the young monk sitting cross-legged in the back, it is even more unlikely to be Lu Yuan. So he was ignored by Mo Wuxiang. A majestic voice sounded. "I am Mo Wuxiang, the emperor of Lingwu Kingdom. Have you ever met the murderer of my daughter, Lu Yuan?" Faced with Mo Wuxiang's question, The corners of Lu Yuan's lips raised slightly. I am Lu Yuan. A dull voice echoed in the cave mansion. But Mo Wuxiang and the dozen Violet Palace monks behind him couldn't believe it. How can it be? Is he that Lu Yuan? In recent days, their ears have become calluses from hearing the legend about Lu Yuan. How can I break through the primordial spirit realm in a few days? Fusion of the golden body realm. Cross-level and kill the powerful Violet Palace realm. But no matter what, they don't have a law manifestation letter, so Lu Yuan stepped into the Violet Palace realm. After all, he had just stepped into the primordial spirit realm a few days ago. Now, how long has it been since I was promoted to Violet Palace? Even for those peerless monsters, it would take at least hundreds of years to break through to the Violet Palace realm. This person actually completed this process in a few days. In just a few days, we actually broke through to the Violet Palace realm. It seems that this boy really has great opportunities and good fortune. Whether you are the reincarnation of a god or a Buddha, or you are born supreme, your opportunity today is mine. Mo Wuxiang and the others behind him all had greed in their eyes. Oh, Lu Yuan also became interested. You are so confident, you can defeat me today. Of course, let alone you, a monk who has just entered the Violet Palace realm. Even if you are a golden monk, I, the sovereign clan of Lingwu Kingdom, have not killed them before. Mo Wuxiang's words were unparalleled in dominance. In his eyes, Lu Yuan seemed to be unable to make any waves. It seems that you also have a great opportunity. Lu Yuan smiled happily. Mo Wuxiang laughed out of anger. My opportunity will be shown to you soon. This boy has deep opportunities and strong luck. Don't hold back. Ancestor worship formation. After the words fell, a dozen Violet Palace monks behind him gathered their spiritual power, and each of them sacrificed a huge go piece. These chess pieces are either black or white, and they all have evil auras on them. Plus the 3 chess pieces in Mo Wuxiang's hand. 10 white and 9 black. The huge chess piece fell, the earth trembled, and the sky screamed. Mo Wuxiang held his sword finger and 19 chess pieces crisscrossed, surrounding Lu Yuan. Swish, swish, swish. Several drops of essence and blood were sprinkled on the chess pieces, and the endless blood enveloped the entire cave mansion. The dozen Violet Palace realm monks simultaneously condensed their essence and blood and poured it onto the chess pieces. Black and white, stained with endless fierce light, the bloodthirsty red blood is particularly conspicuous on it. It's like the devil opened his eyes. Is this your confidence? Lu Yuan's expression remained unchanged as he allowed the 19 chess pieces to surround him. Not bad. An unnatural smile appeared on Mo Wuxiang's slightly pale face. This is the ancient blood refining magic array. Although it is somewhat incomplete due to its age, it can still exert some power after being poured with the blood of more than a dozen of our Violet Palace monks. In our royal family of Lingwu Kingdom, there are already 5 strong men in the Golden Body realm who have been refined using this formation. And you will become the first Violet Palace realm monk refined in this formation. Mo Wuxiang stood with his hands behind his back. He was very confident that he had captured Lu Yuan. Therefore, while driving the ancient blood refining magic array, he explained it slowly. After all, even the golden body of law manifestation cannot resist the blood refining demonic array. Now it is used to refine Lu Yuan, a Violet Palace realm monk. This is already killing a chicken with a sledgehammer. Overkill. Immediately afterwards, several black mists exuding a fishy smell lingered in the formation, like ghosts. If the surrounding rocks are touched by the ghost mist, they will be corroded and make a chi-chi-chi sound. Obviously this ghost mist is extremely corrosive. Mo Wuxiang looked at the ghost mist, and the look in his eyes became more and more crazy. In just a moment or 3, you will turn into blood and become a part of this formation, and your opportunity will also belong to our Lingwu Kingdom. Royalty. It was just a remnant formation. Lu Yuan shook his head with some disappointment. If this is your confidence, even if it means disappointing you. This blood-refining magic array is indeed powerful, but Lu Yuan is protected by the ancient holy body. Kill evil without invading. There is no fear of these black corrosive gases. Break. An indifferent voice came from the formation. An ancient aura suddenly appeared on Lu Yuan's body. Everyone was terrified. It seemed that a great terror was about to burst out of the young man's body. Click, click, Cracks appeared on the black and white chess pieces, and the scarlet formation began to shake, and then exploded. Everyone in the royal family spat out a mouthful of blood and looked at the Taoist figure walking out of the smoke in disbelief. At the same time, an indifferent voice that made everyone's hearts tremble echoed. "Get on your knees." At this moment, there is incomparable silence in this cave mansion. All the powerful members of the royal family held their breaths and stared at the figure who came out of the blood mist with wide eyes. Boom, boom, boom. In his body as strong as a dragon, his heart beat like a drum, echoing in the cave mansion. The heavy heartbeat of first layer was like an invisible sledgehammer, hitting everyone's bodies. Under the pressure of this powerful aura that never stops, like ocean waves, Mo Wuxiang's stiff spine gradually bent down. He reluctantly raised his head and looked at Lu Yuan. "You can break the blood-refining magic array. This formation is in the hands of the royal family of Lingwu Kingdom and has been refined by several strong men in the Golden Body realm. Now, this young man who just stepped into the Violet Palace realm was able to break through it so easily." Mo Wuxiang stared at Lu Yuan, unable to understand. The dozen Violet Palace monks behind him were also confused. Could it be that this person is hiding his cultivation, and his true cultivation is even more powerful than those in the Golden Body realm? More than a dozen powerful people from the Violet Palace realm were frightened and wanted to run away. After all, they are all powerful people in the Violet Palace realm. As long as they don't seek death, they still have thousands of years of life to live freely. Even if the Lingwu Kingdom is really destroyed, wouldn't it be happier if they could leave the Lingwu Kingdom and be free? Why die fighting here? Mo Wuxiang's face was gloomy and he said sternly, "Everyone, Lu Yuan never acts indecisively. In this battle, it's life or death. There is no third way." All the elders looked at each other. Indeed, they all knew about the exaggerated deeds Lu Yuan had done recently. As long as he has offended him, Lu Yuan, no one can escape. "Are you ready to die?" The cold voice was chilling. Lu Yuan was no longer patient. He slowly raised his right arm, and the sleeves on his body moved automatically, and a long scarlet knife that seemed to be made of blood was slowly condensed. Reverse Heavenly Demon Blade. As his cultivation level improved, he gained more and more control over the Heavenly Demon Blade. Now he has thousands of blades of the Heavenly Demon Blade condensed into one. More powerful, Lu Yuan held the long knife in his big hand, and instantly, a desperate aura spread in the cave mansion. The backs of the dozen or so elders of the Violet Palace realm were soaked with sweat, but they could only fight with all their might. Even Mo Wuxiang felt a little regretful. However, this is a time of life and death, and we must use our full strength. Everyone, go all out to face the enemy. The ancestors of our Mo clan will protect us in heaven. Various spiritual powers are rampant in Cave Mansion. More than a dozen high-level law weapons appeared, as well as swords, guns, swords and halberds. Moreover, some of these law weapons have even awakened spirituality. But Lu Yuan did not use weapons. The knife in his hand is just the condensed martial arts. Aha! Cut it out with one knife. The dazzling light of the sword eclipsed the sky and the earth, and the rest of the people's law weapons and martial arts skills all lost their luster under this blow. Boom! Puff puff! PFF! PFFT! The royal family of Lingwu Kingdom, the top combat power, and more than a dozen Violet Palace realm masters, were all reduced to blood mist under this sword. Only Mo Wuxiang was left, and all the dozen high-level protective law weapons on his body were shattered, and his body was saved. He no longer had any breath of life. Eat! Lu Yuan's indifferent voice echoed in Cave Mansion. The next moment, a golden light shot out from behind Lu Yuan. He first came to Mo Wuxiang. Mo Wuxiang seemed to have some other method to protect his soul, so the young monk could not pull it out. Amitabha. The young monk angrily recited a Buddha's name, then turned his palm into a knife and pierced Mo Wuxiang's chest without any hindrance. He tore out a white soul, stuffed it into his mouth, and ate it cleanly. The souls of the remaining dozen Violet Palace realm masters have been imprisoned by the young monk. At this time, more than a dozen reminders flashed in Lu Yuan's mind. Congratulations to the host, for killing the Emperor of Lingwu Kingdom, Mo Wuxiang, and cultivating Violet Palace Realm's 6th layer. Total lifespan, 5,003 years. Remaining lifespan, 3,980 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan. 3,980 years. Congratulations to the host, for killing the royal elder of Lingwu Kingdom and cultivating Violet Palace Realm's second layer. Congratulations to the host, for killing the royal family of Lingwu Kingdom and cultivating Violet Palace Realm first layer. Remaining plunder longevity, 29,060 years. Lu Yuan himself didn't expect it. This time I was able to get so much longevity. Beyond that, there are storage bags for these royal powerhouses. The royal family of Lingwu Kingdom is the most powerful force in Lingwu Kingdom and also the richest force. They have dominated the Lingwu Kingdom for tens of thousands of years, so they must have a lot of good things. However, it seems that there are still people coming to die. Mo Yan and the gray-robed old man who had been waiting outside the cave came in after sensing the battle in the cave mansion. They wanted to help. However, they did not expect that the first scene they saw was a scene of a dozen strong men from the Violet Palace realm being slashed to pieces. Mo Yan's eyes widened in disbelief. These are more than a dozen powerful people from the Violet Palace realm. This is not some cat or dog thing. He is the top expert in this world. The royal family of Lingwu Kingdom has accumulated tens of thousands of years to achieve its current glory. More than a dozen Violet Palace realm elders. This is the biggest trump card of the royal family of Lingwu Kingdom. However, in the hands of this young man, killing these Violet Palace realm elders was as easy as crushing a few ants. The foundation accumulated by Lingwu Kingdom for thousands of years was completely shattered. Lingwu Kingdom is over. Next moment, a thin scarlet line flashed in Mo Yan's eyes. Then his vision turned completely black. The old man in gray robe also widened his eyes in horror. You are the powerful soul that originally explored the city lord's mansion. The next moment, the old man in gray robe also lost his breath. Lu Yuan took out the two people's storage bags. Now, the entire Lingwu Kingdom's heritage is in the dozen storage bags in his hands. I don't know if these people can give him a surprise. The first thing to open is the storage bag with dragon pattern on the black background. This should be the one from Mo Wushang. After pouring out the contents of the storage bag, the entire cave mansion was illuminated by golden light. Super spiritual stone. And it's a full 3,000 yuan. You know, the price of this super spiritual stone is extremely high. In the Chamber of Commerce, 100 low-grade spiritual stones can be exchanged for one middle-grade stone. 100 yuan for middle grade can be exchanged for one piece of high grade. But the super spirit stone cannot be exchanged, and even in the Chamber of Commerce, this kind of treasure is basically invisible. Even the royal family of Lingwu Kingdom, a powerful force like this, only has 3,000 yuan. The spiritual power contained in the super spiritual stone is very abundant and very pure. This piece should be enough for Lu Yuan to practice for 1 year. In addition, there are 2 martial arts books. Heavenly Level, Divine Sword / Heavenly Level, Blood Sacrifice Incarnation. There are 2 books on heavenly martial arts, one is about sword techniques, and the other is about external incarnation techniques. Lu Yuan opened the system panel and thought for a moment. Host, Lu Yuan. Realm, Violet Palace 3rd Layer. Martial Arts, Heavenly Level, Reverse Heavenly Demon Blade, Strengthened, 1000 Soul Sacrifice Edict of Ghosts and Gods, Strengthened, Chengfeng Xiaoyao Ju, Strengthened. Super Heaven Level, Ancient Holy Body, Ultimate. Remaining Lifespan, 4,751 years. Remaining Plunder Longevity, 29,060 years. Now, he also has the infinite potential of Super Heaven Level Martial Arts, Ancient Holy Body, that he can practice. But this martial arts is actually the martial arts of the Golden Body realm. It has exceeded the limit of the Violet Palace realm, and even a body as powerful as Lu Yuan cannot continue to practice. Then I can only think about practicing other martial arts. Lu Yuan continued to check other storage bags while injecting Shou Yuan for martial arts simulation. I hope that there will be more martial arts and new super heaven level martial arts can be integrated. You begin to practice the heavenly sword technique, Divine Sword / This martial art is simple and crude, but powerful. It only has one sword, and it is the most direct sword technique. In the 130th year, you have successfully mastered Divine Sword Slashing. Use the Heavenly Demon Blade to perform this sword technique, and its power will be doubled. The 530th year. In the 1009th year, the magic sword kills perfection. Thousands of changes are gathered into one sword. Once this sword comes out, it can destroy everything and cut everything. Consumption and plundering longevity, 1009 years. Martial arts, heavenly level, magic sword slash, not yet started, right pointing arrow perfect. Cultivation, Violet Palace 3rd layer, right pointing arrow, Violet Palace 4th layer. Consumption of plundered longevity, 1100 years. Martial arts, heavenly level, blood sacrifice incarnation, not yet started, right pointing arrow perfect. Lu Yuan opened his eyes. After breaking through to the Violet Palace realm, his spirit became more powerful. Even his understanding has become stronger. In the past, when he was practicing heaven-level martial arts, he always felt like he was reading a heavenly book. It usually takes more than 10 years to understand the true meaning of martial arts. Now, this process has been greatly reduced. It even took only 1100 years to practice the extremely difficult blood sacrifice incarnation. This change saved Lu Yuan a lot of life. While simulating, Lu Yuan has also searched other storage bags. Among them, there is actually a heaven-level swordsmanship and martial arts book, Blood Moon Demonic Shadow Slash, as well as 5 local-level martial arts. Lu Yuan is not prepared to practice too many complicated martial arts. He took out all the dozens of Xuanji and Wangji martial arts books he had harvested before. He planned to use these martial arts as the basis and obtain 2 more heaven-level sword skills through simulated fusion. In this way, 5 heaven-level swordsmanship and martial arts can be gathered together. You can obtain the second super heaven-level martial arts. Under the endless longevity, Lu Yuan successfully fused soon. Heavenly rank, Golden Crow 9 continuous slashes, not yet started. Heaven level, Dragon Slaying Sword Technique, not yet started. In order to integrate these 2 heaven-level martial arts, Lu Yuan spent a total of 1914 years plundering longevity. Continue to practice. Consumption and plundering longevity, 1205 years. Martial arts, heaven level, Blood Moon Demonic Shadow Slash, not yet started, right pointing arrow perfect. Cultivation, Violet Palace 4th layer, right pointing arrow, Violet Palace 5th layer. Consumption of plundered longevity, 1001 years. Martial arts, heavenly rank, Golden Crow 9 continuous slashes, not yet started, right pointing arrow perfect. Consumption of plundered longevity, 1150 years. Martial arts, heavenly level, Dragon Sword Technique, not beginner, right pointing arrow perfect. 5 heaven level sword skills have been gathered. Lu Yuan directly chose fusion. Lost, Inverse Heavenly Demon Blade, Magic Sword Slash, Blood Moon Demon Shadow Slash, Golden Crow 9 continuous slash, Dragon Sword Technique. Obtain, Super Heaven level, Broken Eternal Night Ultimate. Remaining plunder longevity, 11,681 years. Continue the simulation. Super Heaven level swordsmanship allows you to see the true limits of swordsmanship, and also makes your slightly improved understanding suffer an epic blow. When you look at the content of martial arts, you seem to know all these words, but what happens next? I can only stare with big eyes and small eyes. While simulating, Lu Yuan finally finished searching all the storage bags. In addition to a large number of resources. For Lu Yuan, the most important thing is of course the news about the 5 Elements prison. After all, that was his ultimate goal here. According to the royal family records of Lingwu Kingdom, the ancestors of the Mo family once had a strong man with a golden body. The ancestor once entered the 5 Elements prison, but this strong man in the golden body realm only stayed in the 5 Elements prison for 3 days before he came out. When he came out, he was seriously injured and in a state of near death. Before he died, he left only one last word. The descendants of the Mohist family are not allowed to enter the 5 Elements prison. Lu Yuan narrowed his eyes slightly. What is there in this 5 Elements prison that can make a strong man in the golden body realm so scared? That is the golden body state. Having a physical body with a golden law manifestation, its defense power is extremely high. What kind of risks did he encounter in the 5 Elements prison? Although Lu Yuan didn't get much information, but he knew that there must be great terror in this 5 Elements prison. a great terror that can threaten life in the Golden Body realm. Later, Lu Yuan found a map among Mo Yan's relics. A location is marked on it, which is somewhere in the Five Elements prison. Lu Yuan stood up, and with a thought, the little monk turned into a golden five-clawed golden dragon. Five Elements prison. The giant dragon turned into a golden stream of light, broke through the mountain top, and disappeared into the sky. The royal palace of Lingwu Kingdom. Dark clouds were gathering and thunder was rolling. It seems that Lingwu Kingdom will suffer disaster from heaven. At the same time, in the Mo family's ancestral temple, more than a dozen soul lamps were extinguished one after another. The tablets of ancestors and sects, which emitted a faint light, shook violently. An old figure froze on the spot. If anyone else saw it, they would definitely exclaim, "The Emperor." He was the previous Emperor of Lingwu Kingdom. He voluntarily gave up the throne just because he wanted to concentrate on his cultivation. The Supreme Emperor was a little in disbelief. Died. All dead. How can this be? He saw with his own eyes that Mo Wushang led more than a dozen Violet Palace realm experts from the royal family, and even invited a blood-refining magic array. And their target is just a kid from the primordial spirit realm. At this very moment, the sound of thunder spread everywhere, and several thunderbolts struck the imperial city one after another. The sycamore tree, which had been bathed in Lingwu Kingdom's luck for thousands of years, originally exuded a faint golden light and was quite powerful. But under the bombardment of thunder, he fell to the ground with a bang. Puff! The Supreme Emperor spat out a mouthful of blood, his eyes filled with despair. Among his descendants, the most talented people all died. The luck of the Mo family was also cut off. The Supreme Emperor looked in the direction of Skull Mountain, as if he wanted to cross thousands of miles of void to see who was the person who exterminated his descendants. A mysterious holy place. Golden light lingers, and the sound of Buddha is heard endlessly. The holy mountains where the Buddha's light is raging are suspended above the 9 heavens. These Buddhist holy mountains are connected by golden ropes. From a distance, they look like a 7-story tower. On these holy mountains, there are many temples, and countless golden bodies of Buddha are worshipped with incense. On the top of the holy mountain, a large number of monks gathered. These monks have powerful auras, and many of them have the strength of Violet Palace realm. There are even 2 strong men in the Golden Body realm. There are only a handful of such forces in the entire continent. This is the evil Buddhist temple that rules the entire country, Jinchan Temple. At this moment, these powerful monks were a little dignified. Why did King Kong Venerable summon us, but what happened? The poor monk doesn't know either. He just followed the instructions of King Kong Venerable. It is said that the fat and thin elder who went to Lingwu Kingdom died. How can it be? The fat and thin elders all carried the will of the Buddha, so how could they fall? What kind of magic power does Lingwu Kingdom have? It actually caused me, Jinchan Temple, to lose 3 Violet Palace realm elders one after another. Could it be that other holy places are secretly targeting our Jinchan Temple? At this very moment, a golden ray of light rose, and everyone fell silent instantly. Every monk clasped his hands together and bowed devoutly. Amitabha, I have seen King Kong Venerable. A golden lotus flower slowly floated out from the temple. A monk with a round figure and a cheerful smile sat on the lotus platform with his head propped up. Amitabha. His voice seems to contain the Supreme Buddha Dharma. Anyone who hears it will get rid of distracting thoughts and cleanse the soul. Sixing Venerable fell in the Lingwu Kingdom and was killed by a primordial spirit realm genius. Fat and Thin Venerable are going to save this child and let him enter my Golden Chan Temple to repent for the sins he has committed in his life. But these 2 venerables also died in the Lingwu Kingdom. This son has the appearance of a godfiend, and also has the intention of killing all living beings. You are all Buddhist monks, and you should clean up the world of these evil sons. All the monks said devoutly, Amitabha. Vajra Venerable, please use your supreme divine ability to find out what kind of power is behind this child, whether it is several other holy places, or a peak monk of the Violet Palace realm asked. King Kong Venerable sat up from the lotus platform. I have already investigated his details. There is no force behind this son. According to rumors, this son has supreme qualifications and is most likely the reincarnation of the ancient Godfiend. Buddha's light bloomed in King Kong Venerable's eyes. In any case, Elder Sixing was killed by him with his own hands, and the two elders, fat and thin, also died because of him. This child's evil spirit is too strong and cannot be left in the world. Although King Kong Venerable's words were full of righteousness, his murderous intention was ready to come out. The Buddhist disciples below have long been used to it. Jin Chan Temple has stood tall in the world for thousands of years, relying on this decisive killing. At the same time, we must stand on the moral high ground and punish others. In the past, whenever a monk from Jinshan Temple died outside, these people would rush out to kill people and promote Buddhism. But this time, no one dared to step forward. Because 3 great masters of Violet Palace realm have died in Lingwu Kingdom. What's more, those 3 people all carry the remnants of the ancient Buddha's soul. This is the strength that can control the Violet Palace realm. Under such circumstances, they all fell. The risk is too high. Other monks, even if they have higher cultivation levels, are unwilling to go. The Buddha's light in Vajra Venerable's eyes is more intense, and the distracting thoughts in everyone's heart are instantly cleared. Only Buddhism will last forever. At this moment, a young monk with a slender figure and good facial features walked out from behind King Kong Venerable. Amitabha, everyone, I am Monk Juxing from Tianju Holy Land. This time I have brought the true soul of the ancient Buddha to help Jinshan Temple deal with the trouble. The other Buddhas were stunned. Stop, but the one who is called the born Buddha, in the Holy Land of Zhu. That's right, it is said that this person will become a Buddha. With Venerable's help, this trip will definitely kill the evil spirits and promote the supreme Dharma. Jinshan Temple was originally just a branch of Tianju Holy Land. Just because of his strong strength, he even vaguely wanted to leave Tianju Holy Land. But the gap between it and Tianju Holy Land is still huge. Vajra Venerable nodded. Amitabha, during this visit to Jinshan Temple, I will use all the strength of the temple to assist the disciples of the Buddha. Deep in the forbidden area of Skull Mountain. This place is very strange. Sometimes there is heavy snowfall, sometimes the sun is burning, sometimes the wind is raging, sometimes there is continuous spring rain. It seems that every moment, there are many changes. Is this the 5 elements prison? It's really terrifying. Above the head of the 5-clawed golden dragon, Lu Yuan stood with his hands behind his back. The young monk recited a Buddhist Dharma and drove away the monsters raging below. Lord Buddha, this place is strange, so you need to be careful. They have been in the 5 elements prison for half a day and have flown at least tens of thousands of miles. But there is still an endless stretch of mountains and forests in front of us. It's just that monsters gather from time to time, but once they detect the aura of Lu Yuan and the young monk, they will tremble and run away instantly. Lu Yuan frowned slightly. Various climate changes here are like a serious disaster coming to the first layer. At the beginning, Zhang Mushui only had the strength of Dan 9th layer. How did she persist here for so long? Quote, Zhang Mushui, you must wait for me. Afterwards, I don't know how long it took to fly and how far it traveled. Lu Yuan simply opened the system panel. Host, Lu Yuan. Realm, Violet Palace 9th layer. Martial arts. Heaven level, 1000 soul sacrifice edict of ghosts and gods strengthened. Chengfeng Xiaoyao Ju strengthened. Super heaven level, ancient holy body ultimate introduction broken eternal night ultimate. Remaining lifespan, 4,751 years. Remaining plunder longevity, 3,471 years. Through simulation, Lu Yuan spent more than 10,000 years of plundering life force, and finally cultivated Broken Eternal Night Ultimate to a perfect state. The cultivation level has also been successfully promoted to the Violet Palace Realm 9th layer. Because he had absorbed some of the artistic conception of the Golden Body Realm, Lu Yuan believed that he could break through to the Golden Body Realm on his own. It just costs life yuan, which may be slightly more. But for some unknown reason, this ancient holy body is still unable to practice. Lu Yuan frowned slightly. He remembered that day, after deducing the ancient holy body to the entry level, even the will of heaven sent down visions, and it seemed that such power was not allowed to appear in the world. Doesn't God allow it? Lu Yuan's lips curled up slightly. He liked this kind of abnormally powerful power. He has mastered this ancient holy body. You must see how powerful this ancient holy body can be after it is completed. During this period of time when Lu Yuan was thinking, The five-clawed golden dragon finally separated out the endless mountain forest area, and in front of it was a Tianshan mountain that reached into the sky. At this moment, a cold voice came. Retreat quickly. This place is a prison of 5 elements, and you mortals are prohibited from entering. 6th level ice bears and ice wolves step into the void. And behind these powerful ice monsters, there is a man with human appearance. There are ice blue scales emerging on this man's cheeks, and there are 2 blue-white dragon horns on his head, emitting light. 7th level, Frost Dragon, the 6th level peak monster. But how did he transform into a human form? Logically speaking, monsters cannot transform until they reach the 7th level, unless they have taken shape-shifting grass, or are members of a monster force that has inherited many monster techniques. This giant frost dragon is obviously the latter. Amitabha, the Lord Buddha said, anyone who blocks the road will die. The 5-clawed golden dragon opened its mouth, and its majestic voice shook the void, even the snow on the mountain shook slightly. How brave! The frost dragon man looked at the 5-clawed golden dragon with some disgust. The monks from Violet Palace realm dare to challenge me. Lu Yuan opened his lips and teeth lightly and uttered a word indifferently. Kill. The 5-clawed golden dragon instantly turned into golden light and shot out. The sharp dragon claws scratched across the group of ice attribute monsters in the sky, blood splattered, and the remaining limbs flew around. Dozens of 6th level monsters were slaughtered in an instant. Immediately afterwards, the dragon claws, raging with golden light, had already grasped the frost dragon man in the palm of his hand. Wrong, wrong. Who knew that before Lu Yuan could speak, the frost dragon man started begging for mercy? Sure enough, the stronger you are and the stronger the power in your hands, the more afraid you will be of death. 7 months ago, did any human race monks step into this place? Came an indifferent voice. A flash of panic flashed in the frost dragon man's eyes, and he quickly said, no human race monk has set foot here for a long time. But before the frost dragon man finished speaking, he saw a blade expanding in his pupils. Aha! The heavenly demon blade sank into the frost dragon man's eyebrows without any resistance. Lu Yuan opened his hand, and a strange gray vortex appeared, tearing out the frost dragon's demonic spirit. The demon spirit of the dragon man was extremely frightened. Spare my life, I was wrong. I told you, I will tell you everything. But Lu Yuan didn't hesitate. 1,000-soul sacrifice edict of ghosts and gods. This martial art not only has the function of swallowing souls and nourishing ghosts and gods, but it can also search for souls. Soon, he searched for the familiar figure he had never seen before from the dragon man's memory. However, the dragon people at that time were not qualified to get close. Just glimpsed from a distance, Zhang Mushui was imprisoned in an ice and snow palace by a group of powerful monsters. Anger burst out from Lu Yuan's chest. The demon spirit of the frost dragon was crushed into pieces by him and dissipated in the air. At this moment, a system prompt came. Lu Yuan was stunned for a moment. Then he looked at the system panel in surprise. Congratulations to the host, for killing the transformed monster frost dragon and reaching the peak of 6th level. Total lifespan, 9,852 years. Remaining lifespan, 5,200 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan, 5,200 years. Sure enough, the system can plunder the life essence of the transformed monster. And, monster race has a longer lifespan. The lifespan of this frost dragon has even reached twice that of a monk of the same level. This 6th level monster robbed more than 5,000 years of life. This is really an unexpected surprise. Now it seems, the monsters here have a way to kill them. At the same time, on the top of the Tianshan Mountains, in a huge ice and snow palace thousands of meters high, suppresses an ancient stone tablet. In front of the stone tablet, several level 7 transformed monsters gathered here. The strong man with the first dragon horn spoke and made a deafening buzzing sound. There is news from my people. An intruder has entered the Tianshan Mountains. And they are so powerful that they have already killed several members of my frost dragon clan. How is your strength? Do you need support from my ice wolf clan? Said another transformed great monster with fangs on his mouth. He's a human race monk. He's very strong, so I'm afraid he's not that easy to get rid of, said the strong man from the dragon clan. The great monster of the 9-tailed fox clan, who was born with 2 ears and 9 commotion behind him, stood up with hatred in his eyes. It seems that my monster race great emperor has fallen for too long, and now even the human race monks don't take me monster race seriously. The strong man from the dragon clan shook his head. What's the use of talking about this? In this situation, we can only take action personally. But at the critical moment when the divine pill of Judian Schwanbing is being refined, we still need to guard this place. Otherwise, if something unexpected happens, how will we explain to the Monster King? Demonic Wolf objected. Hear the word Monster King. Everyone focused their attention on the icicle in the center of the hall. Several great monsters hesitated. According to reports from the monsters patrolling below, the intruders are powerful. To stop it, at least 2 of them must go together. The 9-tailed fox stuck out his tongue and licked his flaming red lips. It's been a long time since I tasted the taste of the human race male cultivator. I'll go. Count me in, the ice wolf great monster said. The ice dragon brawny man stood up and said, then the 3 of us will go together. The other great monsters nodded and had no objections. After Binglong received a message, his expression suddenly changed. That person seems to be here to find someone. The words fell. All the great monsters looked towards the back of the ice and snow palace. Could it be the woman with the 9-day black ice divine body? 9 heavens black ice divine pill. This person must not be allowed to get close to the ice and snow palace. The 3 of you go quickly and kill the intruder. This is a critical moment and no accidents are allowed to happen. Several great monsters all unconsciously exude monstrous aura. The target of this intruder turned out to be the genius of the human race who was being refined. Then the opponent must be eliminated as quickly as possible. Otherwise, there will be endless troubles. However, at this moment, a vision suddenly occurred. The entire ice and snow palace and even the entire Tianshan mountain began to tremble violently. Countless years of snow have cracked open. In the ice and snow palace, an old shadow appeared on the suppressed stone pillars. Tianshan, thousands of miles of ice cover, the cold is biting, and the strong winds mixed with blizzards never stop. In this violent snowstorm, there are 2 figures, one large and one small, walking through the air. They rushed out along the mountain wall toward the top of Tianshan mountain at extremely fast speeds. Most of the monsters on the mountain are below the 6th level. These monsters just noticed the terrifying aura of the 2 men and immediately retreated deep into the snow. Lu Yuan casually killed a blind ice wolf and blasted a deep hole out of the snow covering the Tianshan mountains, exposing the dark rocks. This rock seems to be a little special. The dark rocks are covered with mysterious lines. And extremely strong. Lu Yuan hit it with all his strength, but he couldn't leave any trace on it. This seems to be a prohibition left over from ancient times. The 5 elements prison is even more mysterious than the outskirts of Skull Mountain. The restrictions on the Tianshan mountain alone that suppress the exploration of souls are hundreds of times stronger than those on the outside. This pattern seems to be suppressing something. Suddenly, the little monk's eyes glowed with golden light, and he looked up at the top of Tianshan mountain. Lord Buddha, there is a strong man ahead. The blizzard was raging, and only the naked eye could see clearly from 100 meters away. However, Lu Yuan's senses were sharp and he had already sensed several powerful auras approaching quickly. Boom, ang, roar, the roar of the dragon, the roar of the beast, the sound of the void exploding. Then, there were several huge shadows of monsters that gradually enlarged. Wolf, fox, dragon, 3 completely different forces swept through. The entire time and space seemed to have stopped for a moment, and even the snowflakes in the sky stopped falling. Subsequently, the shadows of the 3 giant beasts turned into human shapes in the ice and snow. The wolf demon has fangs in its mouth, its eyes are fierce, and under its tight black armor, its sharp wolf claws shine brightly. The 9-tailed fox demon has 2 ears on its head, its 9 furry tails are sweeping in the wind and snow, and the violent power of the soul is fluctuating in its eyes. Standing between the 2 beasts is a strong man with a strong body and dragon horns. The strong man's pale dragon eyes swept over the 2 of them. Violet Palace Realm 9th layer. And a little kid. This combination made the 3 great monsters a little surprised. To achieve the kind of power he had before, he must be a human monk in the Golden Body Realm anyway. It turned out to be 2 Violet Palace Realm human monks. Don't underestimate the enemy. The Frost Dragon was cautious. According to reports from my tribe, this son killed the dragon son of our tribe's Violet Palace ninth layer. His strength should not be underestimated. Moreover, Lord Monster King personally ordered that the intruder has an unprecedentedly powerful physique and must be captured alive. The human race divine body is favored by God and contains supreme secrets, which can increase the speed of cultivation and generate the divine ability of one's own life. At the same time, the human race divine body is also the supreme divine pill of monster race. Use ancient secret methods to refine it into elixirs, which can have very magical effects. In ancient times, the human race divine body was a delicacy that attracted competition from all races. Neither the demon wolf nor the frost dragon wanted to waste time. I immediately wanted to knock these two Violet Palace realm humans unconscious and take them away. But the nine-tailed demon fox stopped in front of the two of them. Brothers, I've been lonely for a long time. Since this person is so handsome, let me leave it to my little sister. I promise, I will wash him clean and hand him over to the Monster King. Next moment, the figure of the nine-tailed fox demon disappeared instantly, and only pink ripples spread in the air accompanied by a bewitching voice. What a fox! The demon wolf was a little angry. The frost dragon's brows were also knitted together, but he did not take any forceful action. After all, this human is just a Violet Palace realm monk. No matter how strong his physique is, he cannot escape from their hands due to the huge gap in realm. I hope Kyubi will fight quickly. If we miss the Monster King event, Kyubi cannot bear the consequences. Right now, there was a loud boom, and as soon as the nine-tailed fox demon appeared in front of Lu Yuan, he was kicked back. Inlaid into the ice of Tianshan Mountain. How can this be? The demon wolf and the frost dragon both widened their eyes in disbelief. The demon wolf spat and cursed secretly. This naughty fox thinks about that every day, but he was kicked away by a Violet Palace realm human monk. How embarrassing. Kyubi, stop playing. Get these two humans down quickly, otherwise you will be in trouble if you miss the Monster King. The giant frost dragon put his hands behind his back and spoke in a serious tone. The nine-tailed fox demon pulled its body out of the rock and looked at the young man standing with his hands behind his back with some fear. The kick just now scattered all her monstrous power, and she couldn't gather it for a while. Roar, help me. As soon as the words left her mouth, a huge fist was stamped on her head. The human didn't stop there. Instead, he opened his posture, his arms were like pythons, and his iron fists continuously bombarded the nine-tailed fox demon. Boom. Boom, boom. Under the terrifying force, the entire mountain was shaking. The snow collapsed, rocks rolled down, and a large number of black stones with divine patterns were exposed. This restriction is really powerful. It has withstood so many attacks from Lu Yuan without any loss. It's amazing, but the nine-tailed fox demon can't stand it. Although she was a 7th-level monster with an extremely powerful beast body, she could not withstand the heavy blows from one punch after another. The nine-tailed fox demon's head was split open, and blood flowed down his cheeks. It made the already pale and charming face even more weird. Ah! The nine-tailed fox demon let out a scream and forcibly activated Beast Core. She wants to transform into her real body. The weird and charming face gradually distorted, the mouth protruded forward, the body swelled, and the furry and strong beast body directly burst all the clothes. The 9 fox tails grew like vines, covering the sky and the sun in an instant. Lu Yuan's eyes were indifferent. This fox is so weak, how dare she charge up alone? A long knife condensed by spiritual energy has been held in his hand. Lu Yuan didn't know how to show mercy at all, so he just slashed with his sword. There is no need to use any sword skills, just relying purely on physical strength. The sword struck the body of the 9-tailed demon fox. Boom, boom. A blizzard was raging, although it was unclear what was going on inside. But the frost dragon and the demon wolf are not fools. The battle was so fierce and the force of the collision was so strong. The 9-tailed fox demon will definitely not be able to defeat the opponent in a short period of time. In fact, the 9-tailed fox demon may even be at a disadvantage. The two looked at each other and nodded slightly. Delay will lead to change, fight quickly. The surging monstrous power surged out of the body, and the two great monsters were preparing to rush over. Then he was hit by a golden dragon tail protruding from the blizzard. The two great monsters flew hundreds of kilometers upside down. Five-clawed golden dragon, looking at the 10,000-meter-long dragon body emerging from the blizzard. The strong man of the frost dragon frowned. How could such a creature appear here? Moreover, this five-clawed golden dragon actually has Buddha's light on it. Such a thing is completely beyond the frost dragon's knowledge. At this very moment, a huge fox head was thrown out of the snow. The five-clawed golden dragon opened its mouth directly, and with a click sound, the nine-tailed fox demon's head was bitten into pieces, and the pink demon spirit was directly swallowed by the five-clawed golden dragon. Kyubi, the slutty fox is dead. 2 exclamations came. The frost giant strong man and the demon wolf looked at each other, and they could see confusion and fear in each other's eyes. There is something weird about these two humans. At this moment, a slender figure emerged from the blizzard. The young man in white is condescending, looking down at the two great monsters below. Kill, don't be afraid, we two are stronger. The sound of the frost dragon is like a bell. I just don't know if he is comforting himself or the demon wolf. The monster race martial arts practiced by Nine-Tailed Fox are related to the soul, although she is quite accomplished in these martial arts. But this place suppresses the soul too much. The ability of the Nine-Tailed Fox cannot be fully displayed. Perhaps, this was the fundamental reason why the Nine-Tailed Fox was killed by this human monk. The most important thing is that the Nine-Tailed Fox is the weakest among the 3 great monsters. The demon wolf has unparalleled speed. The frost dragon is physically invincible. Together, the two monsters can definitely defeat these 2 weird human race monks. The 2 great monsters are about to prepare to kill Lu Yuan together. Right now, the figure of the young man in white disappeared completely. Next moment, there was a loud boom. A fist covered with golden divine patterns appeared out of thin air and struck the mandible of the wolf great monster. The body of the demon wolf lost its balance and flew out. But before the demon wolf could adjust its aura, it was attacked again. Boom, boom, boom. In the void, Lu Yuan's figure kept flashing past, leaving behind a large number of shadows. Only golden energy fluctuations flashed one after another. When energy ripples appear, the demon wolf will receive a heavy blow. In the blink of an eye, he withstood hundreds of attacks. The golden ripples finally stopped, and Lu Yuan's figure no longer flickered. It's just that he actually held the head of the demon wolf in his palm. At this moment, the great monster of the wolf tribe was as soft as rags, and the eyes of the wolf tribe had also lost the unique ferocity and cruelty of the wolf tribe. Lu Yuan's palms exerted slight force. The demon wolf's head exploded instantly, and white and red goo mixed with the storm floated in the air. Congratulations to the host, for killing the great monster of the Nine-Tailed Fox tribe and reaching the early stage of 7th level. Total lifespan, 16,700 years. Remaining lifespan, 11,000 years. Successfully plundered longevity, 10,100 years. Congratulations to the host, for killing the great monster of the wolf tribe and reaching the early stage of 7th level. Total lifespan, 15,000 years. Remaining lifespan, 7,560 years. Successfully plundered Shouyuan, 7,560 years. Lu Yuan glanced at the system prompts. 2 monster races provide so much longevity. He was satisfied. However, there is another dragon with a longer lifespan. The frost dragon's eyes widened. This is impossible. Even he was very afraid of the demon wolf's speed. But in front of this human Violet Palace realm monk, the twisted demon wolf was thrown here and there like a toy. Even from the beginning to the end, he was beaten to death without even reacting. Lu Yuan's eyes just fell on the frost dragon and he said calmly, "It's your turn." But at this moment, the young monk behind him clasped his hands and looked up at Lu Yuan. "Lord Buddha, I want to have a fair fight with him." Good. Lu Yuan did not refuse. Although the young monk is only a late-stage cultivator in the Violet Palace realm, he possesses the divine ability of the ancient Buddha. If you make good use of it, you will have the opportunity to kill the enemy beyond the level. Just in time, Lu Yuan could take a look at the storage bags of the Nine-Tailed Fox and the Demon Wolf. He can't wait to see what the secrets of monster race martial arts are. Hold head high. The thunderous dragon roar came, and the strong man with 2 horns instantly turned into a 10,000-meter-long frost dragon. The five-clawed golden dragon and the giant frost dragon were entangled and biting each other. The physical body of dragon creatures is too powerful, so in battles between the same species, they will be keen to use pure flesh to fight. Although the little monk also has many magical qualities. But facing the 7th level frost dragon, he was still at a disadvantage. Boom, boom. After several collisions, golden blood flowed out of the corners of the five-clawed golden dragon's mouth. The scales on his body are also somewhat damaged. On the other hand, look at the giant frost dragon. Still full of energy and completely uninjured. The young monk is not like Lu Yuan, who has super celestial body training in martial arts to protect himself. Just relying on the physical body of Violet Palace Realm is not enough in front of the frost dragon. The giant frost dragon snorted softly, circling its body and looking down at the young monk. Whatever skills you have, just come out. The five-clawed golden dragon roared angrily and pounced forward again. However, the moment the frost dragon's claws fell, the huge dragon body disappeared instantly and turned into the form of a little monk again. Amitabha. A Buddhist chant echoed in the air, and the young monk gently pushed out his right palm. There is no trace, and the golden handprint is printed abruptly on the body of the frost dragon. Buddha's palm. This is the most powerful divine ability of the young monk. If even this blow cannot cause effective damage, then the little monk has no hope of making a comeback. Boom. The giant frost dragon flew out directly and hit the Tianshan mountain hard. On one side of the dragon's body, the dragon scales were all broken and blood splattered. Hold head high. The giant frost dragon roared angrily and attacked again. At the same time, Lu Yuan is multitasking. While watching the little monk's battle, he checked the storage bag. The demon wolf is aloof and arrogant. Not to mention martial arts, there are not even a few spirit stones in his storage bag. Lu Yuan was a little disgusted. The majestic 7th level monster is so miserable. The nine-tailed demon fox is completely different. In her storage bag, there are 2 books on heavenly level martial arts. And they are all monster martial arts. Heavenly level Taishu Shen Nian chapter not yet started. Heaven level demon spirit clone not yet started. The 2 heaven level martial arts are both related to the soul. It's just that the functions are different. The Taishu Shen Nian chapter focuses on controlling objects and fighting. The demon clone is a method of dividing souls, similar to Lu Yuan's Edict of Ghosts and Gods, only more rubbish. At an extremely fast speed, he read through both martial arts books. Lu Yuan directly started injecting Shouyuan and started the simulation. You lost your mind and tried to practice monster race martial arts. However, after your understanding, you found that monster race martial arts did not seem to be much different. It's just even crazier. Taishu Divine Thought chapter actually wants to sharpen his soul into a weapon to use to defend against the enemy. Year 132. Perhaps because the meridians of human race run differently from monster race, when you practice monster race martial arts, you obviously feel that some meridians are not running smoothly. But after more than 100 years of hard training, you finally got started with Taishu Shen Nian chapter 938. After nearly 1,000 years, you will occasionally feel the power of the golden body realm integrated into your body, and your understanding of the golden body realm will deepen. Your soul has finally been sharpened into a flying sword. Great accomplishment of Taishu Shen Nian chapter. In the 1971st year, the chapter of Taishu Divine Thought was completed. Your soul is like the top law weapon, and it comes and goes without a trace, and can easily tear apart the bodies of monks of the same level. Consumption of plundered longevity. 1971 years. Taishu Shen Nian chapter not yet started, right pointing arrow complete. Lu Yuan just completed the simulation. The little monk's battle was also over. The 5-clawed golden dragon's scales were almost all broken, but the sharp dragon claws also penetrated the frost dragon's body. As a reminder sounded, Lu Yuan once again received a lifespan. The Buddha's light flashed, and the 5-clawed golden dragon once again transformed into the form of a little monk. The little monk's body was covered with dense scratches, and his fleshy little face looked a little tired. Well done. Lu Yuan rubbed the little monk's head. This little monk really has unlimited potential. In the future, all the remaining souls of ancient Buddhas in Jinshan Temple will be swallowed up. On the top of the snow-capped mountains, in the cold pond. A huge alchemy furnace made of 10,000 years of black ice appeared. The alchemy furnace is filled with thick cold mist. In the blur, a thin woman could be seen curled up into a ball. Her body was covered with frost and her appearance could not be seen clearly. Only those hands held a mysterious spiritual plant tightly in their palms. The intermittent sound was very faint. I can't die here. I have to go back. Yuan will be bullied. Yuan, still waiting for me. Nice one. Lu Yuan found several more martial arts books in the Frost Dragon's storage bag. There is also a copy of Monster Race's Heavenly Level Shenfa in Martial Arts. Dragon covers its body. This is a martial art exclusive to the Dragon Clan. Unparalleled domineering, when fighting with others, can cooperate with the attack. Lu Yuan decisively injected Shouyuan and started the simulation. Although he desperately wanted to go to the top of the mountain to find Zhang Mushui. But this mountain made him a little uneasy. Especially the top of the mountain. There seemed to be a powerful being there that could threaten Lu Yuan's life. Lu Yuan is sure, the so-called Monster King must have unimaginable strength. The golden body is perfect. Or, immortality. To be on the safe side, Lu Yuan must first improve his strength to the extreme. Anyway, the simulation is very fast and only takes a moment to complete. Zhang Mushui, you must wait for me. Consumption and plundering longevity. 1,350 years. Martial arts. Heavenly rank. Dragon covering the body. Not yet started. Right pointing arrow perfect. After the simulation ended, Lu Yuan did not stop and continued to inject Shouyuan. Start cultivating the demon spirit clone of heaven level. Since you have practiced the martial arts, Thousand Soul Sacrifice, Edict of Ghosts and Gods, which is similar to demon spirit clone, you feel very comfortable in practicing it. In the 89th year, you were finally able to separate a trace of your soul and condense a demon spirit. Introduction to the demonic clone. 351. After hundreds of years of training and spending a lot of resources, your first demon spirit clone has the strength of the primordial spirit realm. The demonic clone, basic accomplishment. 999. After thousands of years, in the process of practicing martial arts, you will also passively perceive the artistic conception in the golden light in your body. You have discovered some secrets of the golden body realm, which may become the key to your advancement to the golden body realm. You condensed 9 demon spirit clones. Martial arts reaches the realm of great accomplishment. In the 1520th year, your 9 demon clones have all reached the early stage of the Violet Palace realm. The initial clones of the 9 Violet Palaces belong to you, which can forcibly upgrade your cultivation level to the pseudo-gold state. The demonic clone reaches the state of perfection. Consumption of plundered longevity, 1,520 years. Heaven level, demon spirit clone, not yet started. Right pointing arrow perfection. Lu Yuan exhaled a breath of turbid air, and the divine light in his eyes bloomed, as if it were real. The martial arts of demon clone may be of great use to other Violet Palace monks. But the main source of Lu Yuan's combat power is his super strong martial arts and his ability to transcend his limits. Therefore, the increase in combat power of the demon spirit clone to himself is very small. However, this simulation still gained a lot. At least Lu Yuan saw the possibility of advancing to the golden body realm. That golden light fused within the body. Maybe with a little more time, I can advance. Then continue to simulate martial arts. Lu Yuan looked towards the top of Tianshan Mountain, and the powerful pressure made his heart beat faster. Must become stronger. I want to advance, I want to become stronger. Then you must maximize your combat power in the simulation. There is only one way. Integrate new super heaven level martial arts. But currently Lu Yuan has no heaven level martial arts at all. You can only consume a lot of lifespan, starting from integrating heaven level martial arts. Lu Yuan looked at his own panel. Host, Lu Yuan. Realm, Violet Palace 9th layer. Martial arts. Heavenly level, Thousand Soul Sacrifice Edict of Ghosts and Gods strengthened Chengfeng Xiaoyaoju strengthened Taishu Shen Nian chapter, Demon Clone, Dragon covering the body. Super Heaven level. Ancient Holy Body Ultimate Introduction, Broken Eternal Night Ultimate. Remaining lifespan, 4,751 years. Remaining looted longevity, 25,810 years. Among the heaven-level martial arts practiced now, there are 3 divine soul martial arts and 2 natural martial arts. Lu Yuan decisively chose to integrate divine soul martial arts. The soul restriction here is extremely strong. If you can use this to break through the soul restriction, your combat power will definitely increase greatly. The only soul martial arts left in his hands are those of Zon level and Earth level. Most of these were found from the storage bags of the 9-tailed fox demon and the frost dragon. Directly inject Shoyuan and start the simulation. Although your talent is not good, your martial arts attainments are extremely profound now. You can master this level of martial arts at your fingertips. While simulating, Lu Yuan continued to study other things in the 2 great monster storage bags. Monsters are not good at refining elixirs or refining weapons. Therefore, most of their storage bags contain high-level spiritual plants and heaven and earth spiritual objects. Many of them can assist in cultivation. It can even improve your qualifications. Zhang Mushui may have been looking for these spiritual objects at that time. This time the harvest was good. Monsters have long lifespans, and most of them have hobbies such as collecting treasures and practicing martial arts. Of course, except for that stupid demon wolf. After living for nearly 10,000 years, he didn't even have a few decent treasures. So sad. Lu Yuan has cultivated all the 5 basic level and 4 level soul martial arts to perfection. A total of 1,305 years of life were consumed. Then another 2,000 years of life were consumed. Fusing them into 2 new heaven level martial arts. Purple Yang Spirit Technique. 9 revolutions of soul collection. Continue to practice. Consumption of plundered longevity. 1,120 years. Martial arts. Tianji, Purple Yang Spirit Art, not yet started, right pointing arrow perfect. Consumption of plundered longevity, 909 years. Martial arts. Heavenly level, 9 revolutions of divine soul collection, not yet started, right pointing arrow perfect. Although he still failed to advance to the golden body realm. However, all 5 levels of divine soul martial arts have been perfected. Lu Yuan looked at the panel. Remaining plunder longevity. 21,385 years. That should be enough. Based on the edicts of ghosts and gods, integrated with super heaven level martial arts. Plunder longevity 10,000. Lost. 1,000 soul sacrifice. Edict of ghosts and gods enhanced Taishu divine thought chapter. Demon spirit clone. Purple sun divine art. 9 turns divine soul book. Obtain. Super heaven level. Seed of Godfiend ultimate. The young monk's combat power is still very strong, and the potential of the ghosts and gods edicts is also stronger. Therefore, Lu Yuan directly chose to use 1,000 soul sacrifice, Edict of Ghosts and Gods, as the basis of transcendent level martial arts. Facts have proved that his choice was not wrong. Seed of Godfiend is a martial art that can grow infinitely. Can use Lu Yuan's soul as a seed to absorb all the spirits of the world and cultivate a true clone of the ancient Godfiend. You have begun to practice a special kind of soul martial arts. This martial arts is completely beyond your knowledge. With your qualifications, I am afraid that you will not be able to practice it until the end of your life. While Lu Yuan was practicing martial arts, the corpses of the 3 great monsters turned into pure ice energy and merged into the mountain. The entire Tianshan Mountains were trembling violently. The top of Tianshan Mountain. On the huge icicle that has been suppressed for tens of thousands of years, the shadow of the Monster King becomes more and more real. His strength is returning quickly. A pair of strange eyes turned on the remaining 3 great monsters. Unexpectedly, after being sealed for thousands of years, his body actually merged with the entire mountain. Therefore, when the mountain absorbed the body of the great monster, he actually gained some strength. The most important thing is that the seal is loose. If the remaining great monsters also die in the mountains, he will definitely be able to break out of the seal. The proud Monster King will return to the world. At that time, swallow the Judian Xuanbing divine pill. He can even surpass his father and become the new monster emperor. The old hoarse voice echoed in the ice and snow palace. The intruders are powerful, let's go together to stop them. In the first year, you planted a trace of your soul in the Violet Palace, and the little monk transformed by the ghosts and gods was connected to it, becoming the first embryonic seed of Godfiend. Opening square bracket, closing square bracket. In the 1500th year, the seed of Godfiend enters the realm of basic accomplishment. This special divine soul martial arts does not seem to be difficult. Even with your qualifications, you can understand it. It's just a waste of more time. In the 3500th year, you are in despair. There is no progress in martial arts training, and the golden light in your body is not enough to break through. All hopes of breaking through the golden body realm are shattered. In the 5600th year, cultivation will never end. Although you can no longer see the hope of advancement, you never give up. In the 11,300th year, the seed of Godfiend in Violet Palace grew into the shape of a relic. The seed of Godfiend took root and sprouted, emitting endless divine power. It seemed that a supreme Buddha would be born here. Seed of Godfiend, complete. Consumption of plundered longevity, 11,300 years. Martial arts, transcendent level, seed of Godfiend, not beginner, right pointing arrow perfect. After this simulation, looting Shou Yuan was almost emptied. Plundering Shou Yuan, 85 years. Lu Xingyuan waited for a quarter of an hour before breaking free from the endless memories. This martial arts is really weird. However, it is also very powerful. Look within yourself. In Dantian Violet Palace, in the center of the sky, a black and white yin-yang fish-shaped gold core guards, accompanied by dragons and phoenixes. A relic quietly appeared on the periphery, taking root and sprouting, emitting endless Buddha light. Lu Yuan was a little surprised. The Edict of Ghosts and Gods is indeed a systematic synthesis of martial arts, and its potential is indeed great. The little monk who has been accompanying him has also become stronger. In the simulation of thousands of years, Lu Yuan's first Godfiend, the little monk grew so huge that he actually surpassed the original body in realm and reached the golden body realm first. Gone. Lu Yuan cursed. However, he knew that his own qualifications were indeed not comparable to those of the young monk. The possibilities of Godfiend's seed are endless. You can grow infinitely by absorbing spiritual energy, devouring various treasures, and even the corpses of monster beasts. Can even evolve into a true ancient Godfiend. And today's little monk is no longer a ghost condensed with the remnant soul of the ancient Buddha. He has completely become a part of Lu Yuan's strength, which can also be said to be a clone. As long as Lu Yuan is willing, he can swallow the little monk's power and strengthen himself. However, the main body of Violet Palace realm, forcibly devouring the clone of the golden body realm, might directly burst Lu Yuan. Lu Yuan put the spiritual objects he didn't need into a separate storage bag and threw them to the young monk. Practice well, although Lu Yuan failed to advance. But there is only a chance to break through. Lu Yuan has the possibility of advancing to the golden body realm at any time. Moreover, his strength has also increased tremendously. The seed of Godfiend greatly increases the soul. Lu Yuan can even resist the ancient soul restriction here, but it is very limited and can only detect a few dozen miles away. One white and one gold, two streams of light were racing across the Tianshan Mountains, reaching the top of the Tianshan Mountains in the blink of an eye. 4 great monsters have been waiting in front of the cliff for a long time. Scorpion, tiger, snake, falcon, all are 7th level great monsters with powerful auras. Hoo, 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 a roar of beasts was heard, and 4 great monsters rushed over. But Lu Yuan's body was frozen in place. He didn't even look at the 4 great monsters, but instead looked at the position behind them. With the blessing of the soul, his eyes penetrated the void and saw dozens of kilometers away. At the extreme distance for soul detection, there is a cauldron made of black ice. In the cauldron, there was a woman in thin clothes, curled up into a ball, and her breath was like a gossamer. Zhang Mushui, I've seen you. Lu Yuan's eyes instantly turned blood red, and Ling Ran's murderous intent raged across the mountain top, even the wind and snow stopped. Kill, quick victory. The white stream of light rushed directly towards the 4 great monsters, followed closely by the little monk. He could feel the anger of Lord Buddha. Boom. A huge fist covered with golden lines appeared from the stream of light and directly hit the abdomen of the woman with the scorpion tail. Well, the scorpion-tailed woman's face instantly turned pale, and then she instantly softened and sagged on the iron fist. Ling Ran's demonic aura has dissipated. Kill instantly with one punch. The little monk who followed him had just landed when a great monster with a golden body had already been killed instantly. The remaining 3 great monsters all had their pupils shrink suddenly and their breathing stagnated. How can this be? The scorpion woman was killed by one punch. What kind of power is this? He is clearly just the Violet Palace realm. He can actually kill the great monster in the Golden Realm with one punch. The remaining 3 great monsters even couldn't help but take a few steps back. There is obviously something wrong with the human monk in Violet Palace realm in front of him. They are all great monsters who have lived for thousands of years. Naturally, I don't want to lose my life easily. Congratulations to the host for killing the great monster of the poisonous scorpion tribe and reaching the early stage of 7th level. Total lifespan, 14,009 years. Remaining lifespan, 5,555 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan, 5,555 years. Lu Yuan casually threw the body of the great monster behind him. Eat. These cold words make people's hearts dare not beat. The little monk was stunned for a moment. Opening his mouth, he was shocked. In the past, his realm was not as good as Lord Buddha, and he couldn't understand how powerful Lord Buddha was, so forget it. After all, there is a gap in realm. But now, he has obviously reached the golden body state, why can't he still see the limit of Lord Buddha? Lu Yuan's cold eyes swept across the remaining 3 great monsters, then he tapped his toes lightly on the ground and the figures disappeared. Boom! The strong man with a tiger head vomited blood, but one of his arms turned into blood mist. Bah! A shrill roar. The sharp eagle claws were like swords, grabbing at Lu Yuan's heart. But the young man in white disappeared instantly. Only a wave of energy was left in the air. When he reappeared, the head of the tiger-headed man had exploded. This time, Lu Yuan didn't even use his spiritual power to block the spurting flesh and blood, letting it spill on his snow-white clothes. Looking at the bloodthirsty figure, the remaining 2 great monsters retreated one after another. They were frightened out of their wits. They don't dare to fight anymore. We surrender, we are just following orders, don't kill us. The 2 great monsters wanted to escape from here at extremely fast speeds. Even the Monster King has orders. They didn't dare to take another step closer to the human monk. Idiot! In the Ice and Snow Palace, the proud Monster King cursed secretly. However, there was also a bit of fear in his distorted face. This human monk is so powerful. It was clearly just Violet Palace realm, and it was able to kill several of his 7th level subordinates in a row. This kind of performance is simply like the ancient Godfiend. At this moment, a huge shadow loomed over the top of the mountain. As soon as the 2 great monsters escaped to the edge of the cliff, they saw a huge golden dragon head. 5-clawed golden dragon. Moreover, this body shape is too big. Compared with this 5-clawed golden dragon that covers the sky and the sun, they are so small. There seem to be their reflections in those different dragon eyes. Hold head high. Just a dragon's roar caused a storm that destroyed everything, and both great monsters felt great resistance. The moment the 2 demons slowed down, the white stream of light penetrated their bodies. Lu Yuan's figure appeared thousands of meters away, his clenched fists covered with animal blood and minced meat. Congratulations to the host for killing the great monster of the Black Ice Snake clan and reaching the early 7th level. Total lifespan, 13,100 years. Remaining lifespan, 4,760 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan, 4,760 years. Congratulations to the host for killing the great monster of the Falcon clan and reaching the early stage of 7th level. Every time his footsteps hit the ground, they disappear instantly. In the blink of an eye, they reach the cold pool. Looking at the body inside the alchemy furnace that was about to be broken, Lu Yuan's voice was a little hoarse. I'm sorry, I'm late. Not late, not at all. At this moment, a warm voice came from the Ice and Snow Palace in the distance. You came just in time. Boom! There was a loud explosion, and the whole mountain shook violently. The sound of ice exploding was heard one after another, and a gap opened in the tens of thousands of meters high Tianshan Mountain. Blue light rose into the sky. A phoenix with blue ice flames all over its body showed its wings. Bah! Screamed, and violent energy swept across, shaking all the clouds away. Under this powerful pressure, even Lu Yuan suddenly took a few steps back. Lu Yuan frowned and looked up at the blue ice phoenix. Peak Golden Realm, or Imperishable Realm. No matter what realm he is in, this is the strongest opponent Lu Yuan has encountered since he came to this world. It was also the one that put the most pressure on him. Lu Yuan looked at the alchemy furnace. After a long period of refining, Zhang Mushui's body almost merged with the ice. Her breath is very weak. He may take his last breath at any time. Lu Yuan frowned. If possible, he wouldn't even want to fight this so-called Monster King. He just wants to take Zhang Mushui away from here now. However, Monster King obviously doesn't want to let him go. Bingfeng transformed into a man in blue shirt. He was holding a white folding fan, and there was no trace of monster aura about him. He looks like a gentle young man from a noble family. But every time the bare soles of his feet fell into the void, cracks would appear in the space. Every step you take, Lu Yuan's heart beat a little faster. There was even cold sweat gathering on his forehead. What a terrifying pressure. You are, or the imperishable realm. Human, are you willing to surrender to me? Mr. Wen Run opened the folding fan with a smile on his face. The proudest Monster King, unruly, with eyes above the top. However, Lu Yuan's previous battles surprised even the proud Monster King. In ancient times, in that era when godfiends were everywhere and geniuses emerged one after another, there were few such fierce characters. He was really moved by his love for talents. If this young human being is willing, the proud Monster King can even stop eating it. Let this young human being become the supreme monster among monsters, under one monster and above 10,000 monsters, under the proud Monster Emperor in the future. I don't want to. But the cold voice didn't hesitate at all. Then die. A light word, no threat, no murderous intention, or even any emotion. It seems to be just telling a fact. Fight if you want, you talk too much. Lu Yuan did not show weakness. He originally wanted to delay time and open the alchemy furnace ban. But this restriction is very strong, and even if he exerts all his strength, he cannot erase it in a short time. The corners of Lu Yuan's mouth twitched slightly. There are two ways to break the ban. In addition to using more powerful force to erase it, there is a second way. Kill the person who placed the ban. After patting the alchemy furnace, a burst of spiritual power forcefully penetrated into the alchemy furnace and wrapped around the thin girl. Zhang Mushui, you must hold on. A look of determination appeared in Lu Yuan's eyes. Little monk, help me protect her. The little monk nodded solemnly. Lu Yuan's figure has disappeared from where he was. Use all your strength to activate the ancient holy body. Golden divine patterns lingered all over the body, and the blood boiled all over the body. The whole body tensed up, like a feather arrow shooting out. Aoshi Monster King held one hand behind his back and waved the folding fan lightly in his other hand, blocking Lu Yuan's full blow. Golden and cyan light intertwined and entangled in midair, and finally exploded completely. With a boom, Lu Yuan fell from midair faster than before and hit the mountain. The proud Monster King looked as usual, gently fanning his folding fan like a spring breeze. His steps didn't even move an inch. There was no joy or pride in defeating the opponent in those blue eyes. It seems that this is how things should progress. Ants and giants are like clouds and mud. The proud Monster King didn't even look down. He was just breathing to his heart's content and feeling the taste of freedom. Among the ruins, the smoke dispersed. Lu Yuan clutched his chest tightly and got up from the ground with a stooped figure. He looked up at the man in green shirt standing directly above him. The gap is too big. With just one blow, Lu Yuan was severely injured. The key thing was that the man in green shirt had not yet used his full strength. Is this the imperishable realm? Powerful, too strong. So powerful that even Lu Yuan is somewhat untouchable. Die. The indifferent voice came again, but it was like the death sentence. The folding fan waved, and a ball of blue ice flame fell from the sky. Amitabha, donor, you are too murderous. Only by putting down the butcher knife can you become a Buddha immediately. At this moment, the young novice took one step forward and stood between Lu Yuan and the green flame. The little monk put his hands together and closed his eyes slightly. A 6-foot golden body stood in front of him, and the golden bell of Buddha's light enveloped the two of them. Namo Amitabha, Namo Amitabha. Endless Buddhist texts emerged from the mouth of the young monk and were printed on the golden bell. The green flame fell, but was isolated by the golden bell. But the bone-chilling cold, even with the Buddha's light blocking it, still made Lu Yuan and the young monk shudder. Lu Yuan took this opportunity and swallowed a handful of pills. At the same time, open the system panel and inject Shoyuan. By simulating martial arts time, you can quickly absorb the power of the elixir and restore your state. 50 years later, all your injuries have recovered. Oh, the man in green shirt looked at the young monk with interest. You have a familiar scent. I didn't expect that I could feel the scent of an old friend just after breaking through the seal. A smile appeared in the corner of Aoshi Monster King's eyes. I just didn't expect that my old friend was already dead, and even his soul was cut into pieces. Aoshi Monster King is getting more and more interesting. This human monk and this human child whose soul is condensed seem to be able to give him a lot of surprises. Like a cat catching a mouse. He doesn't want to play anymore. Boom. Fierce cyan ice flames covered the eyes of the proud Monster King. The proud Monster King lives an unruly life, even if there are restrictions and blockades. Even if the wings drag the entire Tianshan Mountains. He can also easily kill these two human monks. Now. He can't wait to eat the divine pill, break through the realm, and completely break free of the seal. Only in this way can he leave this Tianshan Mountain. Then, in this new era, he will be enlightened and become emperor. Lu Yuan looked up. Even if the opponent is the imperishable realm, there is no fear in his eyes. Only a strong fighting spirit. Kill. One person and one dragon, carrying endless power, soaring straight into the sky. Boom. Gold, white, cyan. 3 completely different forces collided, and the whole world instantly fell into complete silence. Lu Yuan was so stunned that he mobilized every muscle in his body and burned all his spiritual power. As his fists and feet waved, terrifying spiritual energy fluctuations swept through the air. Boom, boom. The same is true for the 5-clawed golden dragon. The huge dragon head is full of ferocity. The golden claws waved, leaving thousands of golden lights in an instant. The terrifying collision made even the void tremble. However, there is a green fire lotus blooming on the body of the proud Monster King. No matter how they attacked, they were unable to cause any damage to the green fire lotus. This is a power they cannot understand. Lu Yuan's eyes showed a fierce look. With a wave of his hand, the long knife appeared. Eternal night. The sky was clear for thousands of miles, but in an instant it was covered with dark clouds, making it impossible to see even a finger under the sky. The only flash of bright sword light flashed. The dazzling sword light collided with the green fire lotus. Boom. A loud bang. 3 streams of light flew out in different directions. In the sky, the figure of the man in green clothes appeared. His clothes were a little messy, and there was a trace of blood at the corner of his mouth. Blood. How dare you hurt me? He got hurt, but Lu Yuan couldn't answer at all. He was more seriously injured and lay on the gravel. Lu Yuan's whole body was covered with traces of being burned by blue flames. His chest heaved violently, and blood kept spilling from his mouth. The injury is so serious. But those divine eyes still showed no fear. This is forcing him to hang up. Chapter 71. Although the proud Monster King looks plain. But my heart was already like a stormy sea. The genius of the ancient times, the first battle to break the seal was just a human monk from the Violet Palace realm, and he was actually injured. Even if he has just been sealed for 10,000 years. Even if he still has restrictions on him. Even if he can't use the power of the imperishable realm. But he is the proud Monster King, a powerful man who dominated the world in ancient times. His father is also the most powerful monster emperor in monster race. He has the most powerful bloodline. The proud Monster King has such a strong foundation. How could he be easily injured by this human race monk? How many years has this young human being cultivated? How could he be so powerful? Especially the mysterious sword technique that caused changes in the world. Even Monster King feels a little pressure. If it weren't for the fact that the human race monk's cultivation was too weak, he couldn't fully display the power of that sword. That knife cut it off. He will be seriously injured. Fortunately, this human's cultivation level is low and he can only make 1 slash. Now he has exhausted his spiritual energy and cannot fight anymore. That sword indeed used up all the power. But there is a long way to go. Swallowed several bottles of pills in succession. He began to borrow simulation abilities, absorb the power of medicine, and restore his own state. You are seriously injured and cannot practice martial arts. Fortunately, you have plenty of elixir power in your body, which can speed up your recovery. During simulation, not only Lu Yuan, but also the young monk's breath was recovering quickly. Soon, the breath of the two of them has almost returned to its peak. Come again. This time, Lu Yuan stopped testing and made his ultimate move. Eternal Night. Cut. Dark night arrived as expected, and under the snow-white sword light, bloodthirsty eyes flashed. Kill. The young monk was stunned for a moment. Although he had heard the Lord Buddha's order in his heart, he still didn't react. Amitabha. Lord Buddha is indeed the Supreme Being, and he can instantly restore him to an almost perfect state. Golden Buddha palms were photographed one after another. How can this be? The one who is really confused is Aoshi Monster King. Those two people were seriously injured and dying 1 second, and the next second they were full of energy and full of energy. After one blow, the spiritual power is exhausted, but it is fully restored in an instant, and he can slash out again. Aoshi Monster King cannot understand. But 2 killing moves that made him fearful had already hit his face. Even the proudest Monster King has to take it seriously. 3 different forces collide. The 3 forces of spirit, demon and Buddha are entangled together again, lingering and gathering. Finally exploded. However, this time it exploded in the face of the Monster King. Lu Yuan and the little monk only exhausted their strength but were not injured. Cracking. An angry scream came from the air. The proud Monster King's hair exploded, his clothes were torn, revealing a body full of scars. There was no trace of indifference on that face anymore, instead there was endless anger. Since you want to die. Aoshi Monster King hasn't finished speaking yet. The sluggish Lu Yuan recovered again. Cut. The wind and clouds surged, and the bright sword light struck again. Rumble. Caught off guard, Aoshi Monster King was hit by this knife and flew thousands of miles away. A bloodstain appeared on that gentle and jade-like face. Blood instantly stained half of his face red. The extreme anger made him unable to maintain his body, and he turned into a half-monster. The body is covered with a large number of blue feathers. The corners of Aoshi Monster King's eyes twitched violently. But Lu Yuan, who had exhausted his spiritual power, returned to full strength in an instant. Swing the sword and chop again. Cut, 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 cut. One knife after another. It took all the strength to cut out the eternal night. In Lu Yuan's hands, it was as if it was free of charge, and it was overwhelming. Although every time after recovery, the breath will be weaker than before. Aoshi Monster King consumes more. As long as this goes on, he will definitely kill the proud Monster King. What about the ancient Beast King? I can't kill you. Lu Yuan went completely crazy. The proud Monster King has endless fear in his heart. After desperately resisting this overwhelming wave of sword light, Phoenix blood is flowing. The green shirt has turned into blood. The proud Monster King's aura was sluggish and he was almost reaching his limit. What kind of ability is this? It can restore all power in an instant. Are human monks 10,000 years from now so terrifying? He had a feeling that if he continued to consume it, he might die here. The proud Monster King actually wanted to turn around and run away. This human being is so weird. But there are still restrictions tied to his body. His body is connected to the entire Tianshan mountain, and there is no way to escape. He must be killed. With the fastest speed. Kill. Killing intent surged forward. A blue ice phoenix spread its wings, and its huge monster body covered the sky and the sun. Thousands of miles into the air, he was blocked by an invisible light barrier. Countless mysterious lines emerged, binding his wings. Ban trigger. However, the proud Monster King couldn't care so much and waved his wings forcefully. Terrifying power and raging demonic energy swept across. This Tianshan mountain with countless restrictions began to collapse. Powerful force impact. The few remaining restrictions on the proud Monster King have also been loosened a little. Frozen for thousands of miles. Like the sound coming from the heavenly palace, it echoes throughout the world. Endless frost storms raged, and the entire world turned into a forbidden land of ice. Lu Yuan's body was instantly torn apart by the invisible cold wind. Bone-deep scars appeared one after another. Blood spurted out and was instantly frozen into icicles. His body was blown away by the storm and hit the alchemy furnace heavily. Ahem. Lu Yuan clutched his chest in pain and coughed up a large mouthful of blood and internal organ fragments. Grass. The Monster King of Imperishable Realm is really scary. Violet Palace Realm and Imperishable Realm, the gap is too big. Even though the proud Monster King was seriously injured, the restraint was not completely broken. A powerful cultivation base cannot be used. It was also difficult for Lu Yuan to resist. Fortunately, Lu Yuan's physical body was strong, so he would not be killed instantly with one blow. This gave Lu Yuan a desperate chance. In just a few seconds, he restored his state hundreds of times through simulated martial arts and executed hundreds of knives. Each cut uses up all the strength in the body. In this case, the proud Monster King was seriously injured. Lu Yuan couldn't hold on anymore. His soul was dim, his spiritual power was withered, and his body had reached its limit. The oil is gone and the lamp is dry. In this state, no matter how many pills you swallow, it will have no effect. Even if you spend thousands of years in the simulation, you can't restore your state. The shadow of the ice phoenix shrouded his body. Have you reached a point of desperation? Lu Yuan was unconscious and his legs were trembling, as if he would fall down at any time. Yuan. At this moment, a sound as thin as a mosquito's hum sounded in his ears. The sound was very weak, but in Lu Yuan's ears it was like the buzzing of a bell. The whole person suddenly woke up. Zhang Mushui did not wake up. But in the endless darkness, she seemed to hear that familiar voice. Although he couldn't see it and couldn't figure out why he appeared in such a dangerous place, Zhang Mushui knew it. Yuan is here. Run away. Escape. Ah. Lu Yuan looked at Aoshi Monster King and let out a burst of crazy laughter. The long hair dances wildly and the eyes look fierce. I said, I will take you back. A weak but firm voice reached Zhang Mushui's ears. Lu Yuan thought. The young monk, who had completely lost consciousness, turned into a relic. He held it in his hand. A wry smile appeared at the corner of Lu Yuan's mouth. I don't know if this little guy will burst his body. But this is his last trump card. Only by absorbing the little monk's power, integrating the little monk's 6-foot-long golden body, breaking through the realm and improving strength, can we have a chance to kill this Monster King. Without hesitation, he swallowed the relic directly. At the same time, inject longevity into the seed of Godfiend that has the potential to continue to improve and start the simulation. You continue to practice seed of Godfiend and want to understand its more profound realm. Through the secret method of Godfiend seed, you have integrated a Godfiend seed and want to absorb its power. But this power has surpassed the original body and is too violent. It will take a very long time to completely absorb this cultivation. Opening square bracket, closing square bracket. In the 5,300th year, in this endless time, you finally absorbed most of the violent power in your body, integrated the power of the 6-foot golden body, and at the same time began to condense your own golden body. Between breaths, Lu Yuan's body was surrounded by golden light. Behind him, there was a figure more than 10 feet tall, who looked like a demon from the underworld. This is a sign of breaking through the golden body realm. After 5,600 years of vicissitudes, you have finally completely absorbed the power of the golden body of law manifestation. In the 8,677th year, you planted the 9th Godfiend seed prototype in Violet Palace. The 10,000th year, seed of Godfiend, has reached a state of perfection. You will be able to share all the abilities of the sons of Godfiend, and you can also swallow all the seeds of Godfiend, integrating the power of 9 clones into one. By then you will transcend everything in the world. Consumption of plundered longevity, 10,000 years. Cultivation. Violet Palace Realm 9th layer, right pointing arrow, golden body realm 1st layer. Martial arts. Seed of Godfiend, perfect right pointing arrow, superb. Lu Yuan stood in the sky. His eyes bloomed with the brilliance of the golden sun, and strong energy and blood surged from his body like a torrent, wrapping around his body like invisible flames. The evil shadow behind him slowly exuded a sacred aura under the golden light. And it skyrocketed to 33 feet in one breath. The golden body of law manifestation covers the sky and the sun. Boom! At this time, the sky became completely dark. Rays of thunder loomed in the dark clouds, as if divine punishment was about to fall at any time. Thousands of miles in radius, thunder and punishment suddenly appeared. The proud monster king who was originally flying in the air gave up in an instant. He suddenly turned into a human form and hid in the corner shivering. Not only was he seriously injured, he was also restrained. If this smells like thunder tribulation, it will be over. Therefore, he must not take action now. At this time, Aoshi Monster King saw that the golden silhouette behind Lu Yuan had soared to 33 feet. This thing is too big. Even in ancient times, I have never heard of a human being who could condense such a huge golden body just after breaking through. The golden body is the embodiment of one's own strength. Generally speaking, the golden body that has just broken through is only 1 foot. But Lu Yuan is actually 33 feet tall. A look of solemnity appeared in the eyes of Aoshi Monster King. But then, seeing the thunder tribulation coming, the proud Monster King began to gloat. Thunder tribulation. Right, that is it. Sure enough, even God can't stand the thief. Master Tiandao, please show mercy and take this evildoer away. If you are a pervert, you will have to endure a pervert-level thunder tribulation. The unruly and proud Monster King even began to pray in his heart. I hope Lu Yuan is struck to death by lightning. But the proud Monster King is a little unsure. Thunder tribulation, can it really kill this human monk? Thinking of this, the proud Monster King calmed down, began to adjust his breath, and tried his best to restore his own state, while continuing to clear the restrictions on his body. As long as he can break free from the restriction and regain the strength that belongs to the imperishable realm. Even if Lu Yuan breaks through to the golden body realm, what will happen? Above the sky, the thunder tribulation is ready to go. The 9-headed thunder dragon disappeared and appeared in the thunder clouds, as if it could rain down divine punishment at any time. Just as the proud Monster King said, heaven will never tolerate the existence of transcending rules. The 33-foot golden body is too terrifying. What's more important is that this kind of power has transcended the rules set by heaven. Cultivation is essentially about absorbing the power of heaven and earth and doing things that go against the will of heaven and earth. Now, as soon as he broke through, he gathered such a huge golden body. What happens next? Doesn't it take thousands of meters, 10,000 meters? How much energy from heaven and earth will be absorbed? How can heaven not be angry? However, Lu Yuan didn't pay attention, and didn't even look at the thunder cloud. It's just thunder tribulation, it's not like he hasn't seen it before. There is no need to be afraid of the Brontosaurus, he had already taken a few bites before. The thunder dragon finally ran away in disgrace. If these thunder dragons dare to come down today, they will surely become the nourishment of Godfiend's seed. By the time, I also raised a few heavenly tribulation thunder dragons myself. Lu Yuan was thinking as he continued to inject Shou Yuan into the ancient holy body. That Monster King is powerful. If you just break through the golden body realm, you may not be able to kill the opponent. Must become stronger. Lu Yuan decisively continued to inject longevity energy and simulated cultivating the ancient holy body. Thunder tribulation surges in the sky. Instead of obeying the will of heaven, you go against heaven and practice martial arts prohibited by heaven. Heaven is furious. In the 5,300th year, the ancient holy body has reached the state of basic accomplishment. Your body feels extremely hungry and thirsty for pure energy nourishment. At the same time, heaven was angry and sent down more than 100 thunder dragons, intending to kill you, a person who defies heaven. You stop practicing. Consumption of plundered longevity, 5,300 years. Martial arts. Introduction to Ancient Holy Body Ultimate Right Pointing Arrow Basic Accomplishment. Cultivation. Golden Body Realm First Layer Right Pointing Arrow Third Layer. Thousands of meters above the ground, the vision became increasingly terrifying. The thunder arc flashed continuously, and finally condensed into 99 thunder dragons. Each head is tens of thousands of meters long. Rumble. The endless aura of calamity thunder is gathering momentum in the black clouds. The proud Monster King once again broke through a forbidden divine pattern. After his strength was further restored, he raised his head excitedly and fixed his eyes on Lu Yuan. You will be killed here this time. But before the words fell, the smile on Aoshi Monster King's face instantly solidified. Instead, there was a look of disbelief on his face. He stared at the sky above his head with wide eyes. What the hell? In the sky, 99 huge thunder dragons were seen, teeth and claws dancing. Each thunder dragon exudes a terrifying aura that makes people feel palpitated, as if it can easily tear the world apart. The proud monster king said in shock, 99 thunder dragons. Did this human young man stab the thief Dacian Juhua in his previous life? Logically speaking, the thunder tribulation that breaks through the Violet Palace realm is about 100 miles, and the Golden Body realm is 1,000 miles. But Lu Yuan experienced thousands of miles of thunder tribulation in Violet Palace realm. When he broke through the Golden Body realm, he directly dropped thousands of miles of thunder tribulation. There are also 99 thunder dragons. This is even scarier than Imperishable Realm's thunder tribulation. Be reasonable. Even if the peerless prodigy breaks through to the Golden Body realm, having a thunder dragon is already considered a great achievement. TMD, this is 99 thunder dragons. Even innate Godfiend would not be so hated by heaven. This kid is dead. I, the Monster King, should stay away from him first to avoid being splashed with blood. The proud Monster King is in an unprecedented mood. After all, as long as this kid dies, no one can stop him from escaping from the cage. The proud Monster King continues to focus on breaking the restrictions. There is no way out for the serious trouble in my heart. His mood has never been so happy, and even the speed of breaking the restriction has become faster. But Lu Yuan was not afraid of the thunder dragons in the sky at all. Golden divine patterns lingered around the body, and the golden figure behind him also opened his eyes and looked towards the sky. Now, having broken through to the third layer of the Golden Body realm, Lu Yuan's golden body has skyrocketed again, reaching a full height of 600 feet. This can be called indomitable. However, if you want to completely control the power of the golden body, you still need to go through the thunder tribulation baptism. The 600-foot shadow turned into strands of energy and merged into Lu Yuan's body. The power of golden light enters the body. Lu Yuan's aura suddenly rose. The whole person was enveloped in golden flames, even the hair rose into the sky one by one, and there were even golden thunder arcs flashing around him. Looking at the thunder dragons in the sky, Lu Yuan's mouth curved dangerously. His body and golden body both require a lot of energy. He had eaten this thunder tribulation last time and it was a great tonic. Silently and instantly disappear. Only a cluster of golden flames was left in place. The golden stream of light shot vertically into the sky and rushed into the sky full of thunder dragons. The figure of the young man is extremely small, but among the thunder dragons in the sky, it is so dazzling. He grabbed the nearest thunder dragon, dropped his golden fist, and instantly smashed its dragon body. The purest tribulation thunder condensed. Lu Yuan opened his mouth and swallowed it directly. After the experience of eating the thunder dragon last time, he has experience. Only by beating the thunder dragon back to its original form can he get the purest tribulation thunder. The other thunder dragons were furious, and they gathered thunder and struck at Lu Yuan's body. But there is the blessing of the ancient holy body, plus the blessing of the power of the 600-foot golden body. Lu Yuan's body can no longer be described simply as abnormal. The thunder tribulation in the golden body state can't hurt him at all. As for being hated by heaven, Lu Yuan didn't even care. When did the law of heaven not target him? Sooner or later, one day, hammer him. The second attack of the thunder dragons has not yet been brewed. Lu Yuan has swallowed 3 thunder dragons in a row. The thunder of heaven covered Lu Yuan's limbs and bones. Every pore had fine lightning arcs flashing, and the violent power was raging, but it could only accelerate the sharpening of Lu Yuan's golden body. Finally, all the thunder gathered at Violet Palace. After the second prototype absorbed a large amount of thunder tribulation, it fell silent. There were just flashes of lightning arcs from time to time. It seems to be gestating a second innate Godfiend seed. At the same time, the proud monster king huddled in the corner of Tianshan Mountain has unlocked 80% of the remaining restrictions. Only the last few forbidden lines are left. He can already exert 50% of his strength. If we fight again now, no matter whether Lu Yuan breaks through or not, no matter how evil he is, the proud monster king is sure to kill it instantly. Because this is the power that truly belongs to the imperishable realm. The proud monster king opened his eyes. With great strength, the arrogant and world-defying monster king is back. Ah, But as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw Lu Yuan swallowing a thunder dragon. Are you so crazy? Mortal body, swallowing thunder tribulation. Even if his body can withstand it, isn't he afraid of punishment from heaven? Aoshi Monster King only feels his scalp numb. This TMD scares the devil to death. The key is, this human being succeeded. The Calamity Thunder enters the body and gathers in the Dantian, forming the second Godfian seed. The lightning arc surged out of the body again, and the majestic energy was absorbed by the ancient holy body. At the same time, quench his physical body and golden body. After Lu Yuan had eaten and drank enough, he sat cross-legged in the thunder tribulation and moved, closing his eyes and regulating his breath. The remaining thunder dragons all opened their mouths and spit out powerful thunder. He didn't even have any defense, he just relaxed his body and allowed these thunders to bombard him. Golden light and purple thunder entangled, and the 600-foot golden body was completely solidified, and it skyrocketed to more than 1,000 feet. On Lu Yuan's body, a thunder mark was looming. Behind him, a huge body more than 1,000 feet tall, with gnarled muscles and bathed in golden light, looked like a sacred ancient Buddha. But then Lu Yuan opened his eyes. The sacred giant instantly turned into an evil Rakshasa from the netherworld. Strange thunder arcs lingered around Rakshasa. One thought as Buddha, one thought as devil. Both good and evil. This is Lu Yuan's golden body, just like his way of doing things. The power of this golden body is very powerful. At least it was far superior to other people's golden bodies that Lu Yuan had seen. Roll. The thunderclouds in the sky dissipated instantly. The golden body entered the body, invisible flames enveloped it, and lightning arcs danced. Just the terrifying breath fluctuations made the void vibrate. Lu Yuan stood high and looked down at the proud monster king who was hiding in the ruins of the ice and snow palace. From this moment on, he can truly become the pinnacle of the imperishable realm. The proud monster king swallowed his saliva. Somewhat uneasy. This person, no. This is definitely not a human being. Humans will never be so strong. The arrogance of the proud monster king has been completely shattered by Lu Yuan. At this moment, he just wants to live. He wanted to escape, but the restrictions were still imprisoning his body. There is a saying among human beings, he who knows the current affairs is a hero. The proud monster king raised his head and wanted to give in. But an iron fist bathed in thunder light instantly enlarged his pupils. Boom! Golden flames and blue-white thunder exploded into the void. The body of the proud monster king was instantly thrown away. Under the attack of GLA, black cracks appeared on his chest. This is thunder. You dare to steal the power of thunder tribulation, you are simply a madman. The proud monster king roared. If he had known that this human being was so crazy, he would never provoke him. But, Aoshi Monster King also knows very well that such a madman will never show mercy. If you want to survive, you can only fight hard. Now he can already display the combat power of imperishable realm. It's hard to say who will win and who will lose. The terrifying demonic essence surged out of the body, and streaks of ice blue power shot straight into the sky. In front of this powerful force, the whole world was trembling. The proud monster king has once again transformed into his original form. The wings of the ice phoenix flashed with metallic luster, like a steel guillotine. He rushed towards Lu Yuan sharply. But Lu Yuan just calmly stretched out his right palm. The combination of golden divine patterns and golden light can easily block the full blow of the imperishable realm monster king. The huge body of the proud monster king flew thousands of miles upside down, and blood spilled from the corners of his mouth. The wings that were attacked could no longer be lifted. Lu Yuan slowly raised his feet and stepped forward. The moment the sole of his foot landed on the ground, an invisible ripple of power flashed past. In an instant, the whole person disappeared in place. When he reappeared, he was already standing behind the proud monster king. Lu Yuan put his hands behind his back. Ah! Aoshi Monster King's eyes widened. But before he could make any reaction, a thunder dragon emerged from Lu Yuan's body. Hitting his abdomen hard, the black dragon opened its mouth and bit into the body of the proud monster king crazily. Green feathers fell down one by one, and a lot of blood spilled. Rolled down at the foot of Tianshan Mountain. Aoshi Monster King looked up, the shock in his heart was beyond description. So strong. Lu Yuan, who had broken through to the golden body realm, could be so powerful. So powerful that even he, the monster king of the imperishable realm, cannot compete with him. Fear has filled the heart of the proud monster king. At this moment, the whole world fell into boundless darkness, and a pair of huge scarlet eyes appeared 10,000 meters above the sky. A sharp sword fell from the sky. Eternal night. The proud monster king is oppressed by the powerful swordlight and has nowhere to hide. Ah, I'm not convinced. The proud monster king tried his best to display various monster race divine abilities, even burning his soul. But even though he used various magical powers, it did not slow down the speed of the sword light. Boom, boom, the 1,000-foot-long blade fell directly to the top of Tianshan Mountain. Split the entire mountain in half. The darkness faded. In midair, there was only a young man standing with his hands behind his back. The proud monster king's body has been cut in half, but there is still a trace of energy left. I didn't expect that my proud monster king, who had dominated the world in ancient times, would die in the hands of a human thief. It's really the biggest shame in this life. He glared unwillingly and looked at the young man's back. Being able to die in my hands is already the greatest honor in your life. Lu Yuan stood with his hands behind his back. The look of pride in his eyes is even worse than that of the proud monster king. Boom! Tianshan collapsed and rocks rolled down. All the creatures in the Tianshan Mountains are desperately trying to escape. Only Lu Yuan turned into a stream of light and rushed into the Tianshan Mountain that was about to collapse. Lu Yuan's figure flashed and he took the girl out of the ruins. The girl's breath is weak. The soul and spiritual power all withered. Fortunately, there is still a powerful ice attribute supporting her. Otherwise, she would have completely lost her life. Lu Yuan gently wiped away the frost on the girl's face. Suddenly, Zhang Mushui was seen holding a spiritual plant tightly in her right hand. 9th grade elixir. 10,000 years of Tianshan snow lotus. This precious medicine is very expensive, and its only function is to enhance your cultivation qualifications. Zhang Mushui risked her life and entered the 5 Elements prison, but she actually found the elixir to improve her talent. Looking at Zhang Mushui's thin body wrapped in frost, Lu Yuan murmured softly, "Is that why you came here? It's really desperate. Just for a spiritual plant that enhances your qualifications, you dare to come alone to this forbidden prison of 5 elements that no one dares to enter. Now that I can't even protect myself, I still don't want to let go of this precious medicine." Lu Yuan shook his head and smiled bitterly. The delicate body filled with coldness in his arms made Lu Yuan feel unprecedented warmth. He kept using his spiritual power to warm Zhang Mushui's body. At this moment, Zhang Mushui's eyelashes trembled slightly. She seemed to see the shadow that she had been thinking about. And, Yuan has become so strong, so strong. Strong enough not to be looked down upon by anyone anymore, never to be bullied again. Although I know this time it is still an illusion. But Zhang Mushui was still very happy, happy from the bottom of her heart, and there was even a smile on her face wrapped in frost. She stretched out her hand and handed the snow lotus over. Yuan, I know, my Yuan is definitely not a waste. But it hurts me so much. Yuan, I miss home, take me home. See my uncle and aunt. The girl's intermittent murmurs kept coming. Lu Yuan's eyes suddenly filled with tears. Sister, let's go home. Right now. The body of the proud monster king exploded at this moment. The power of qi and blood gathered together with flesh and blood and merged into the abyss at the center of the 5 elements prison. Bang bang bang. As qi and blood were injected into the abyss, a beating sound like a drum was immediately heard. The sound is deafening. The sound spread tens of millions of kilometers and could be heard throughout the Skull Mountain forbidden area. Just hearing the sound of the beating heart can make people's blood boil and their heart beat like a knife. The entire 5 elements prison instantly turned into a dark world, with only the blood fiend's energy raging. Lu Yuan looked up at the oppressive dark sky. Crack! A bolt of lightning as scarlet as blood pierced the sky, as if it was about to tear the world apart. The whole world was dyed scarlet color. That peerless ferocious beast seems to be really about to wake up. There was even a trace of breath coming from the abyss. In the dark, a pair of huge demon eyes loomed in the scarlet sky, like 2 blood moons. Reeks of evil and hostility. Lu Yuan could only feel indescribable evil and oppression from those huge demon eyes. I don't know when, there were bloodstains on Zhang Mushui's eyebrows in his arms. The traces of blood disappeared in a flash. The whole world also returned to calm, as if the previous visions were just illusions. He touched Zhang Mushui's eyebrows. Lu Yuan was a little confused. This is. At this moment, the demon spirit stained with cyan flames crawled out of the ruins. The monster spirit of the proud monster king looks like a madman. Ha 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 ha, stupid human being, you actually released the monster emperor yourself. Did you know that the 5 elements prison exists to seal the monster emperor's heart? Now thanks to you, the monster emperor's heart starts beating again after thousands of years. The monster emperor is the most cruel, greedy existence in the world. When the demon spirit of the proud monster king mentioned monster emperor, a look of fear appeared on his face. It only takes a few years for this madman to break free from the seal. At that time, he will definitely kill you with his own hands. Then eat that girl doll again. Ha ha ha. So, before that, please protect this female doll. Anger surged in Lu Yuan's chest. The power of the soul emerges and crushes the demon spirit directly. Congratulations to the host, for killing the proud monster king in the monster race, reaching the early stage of 8th level. Total lifespan, 34,005 years. Remaining lifespan, 15,601 years. Successfully plundered Shouyuan, 15,601 years. Lu Yuan frowned. His fingers gently touched Zhang Mushui's eyebrows. Is this mark? And it's the mark from Monster Emperor. Monster Emperor wants to seize Zhang Mushui's body. Lu Yuan's eyes spit fire, penetrated the void, and looked towards the center of the 5 elements prison. All that came to mind were what Zhang Mushui had just said. She endured so much pain that she was about to die, and all she could think about was Lu Yuan. Such a sister who thinks of him wholeheartedly. How could Lu Yuan give him up? The sister I finally got back will not be given to you so easily. Lu Yuan stood up holding Zhang Mushui. The eyes smeared with murderous intent penetrated the void, and looked at the pair of giant great monster pupils in the air. Monster Emperor, right, since you want to, come and have a touch. I guarantee you will regret it the moment you come out. Why don't you hide in the seal and continue to live? Zhang Mushui's body is too weak. Lu Yuan took out a large amount of elixirs from the storage bag and used his spiritual power to nourish his withered body bit by bit. The spiritual power carries the power of the medicine and slowly flows through the cold blood vessels. Zhang Mushui's cultivation level actually broke through to the primordial spirit realm 9th layer. To know, her cultivation level had just reached the 9th layer of Baodin half a year ago. In just a few months, she broke through several realms in succession and became the peak monk of the primordial spirit realm. Although Zhang Mushui's qualifications are extremely good, it would take at least 10 years to reach this level by practicing alone. This body, Lu Yuan placed his palm on Zhang Mushui's flat belly, and his spiritual power penetrated into her body again. What a rich ice attribute. This is the ice attribute medicine that was passively absorbed during the past 6 months. Tianshan half a year. Although Zhang Mushui lost consciousness, he was refining it in the alchemy furnace every day. Zhang Mushui is the main medicine. Naturally, you need to absorb other auxiliary medicines. In the process of refining the soul formation body, Zhang Mushui passively absorbed hundreds of thousands of years of precious medicine, and now all the medicine's power is concentrated in her body. Lu Yuan used his spiritual power to help clear her meridians and gradually release the huge medicinal power in her body. At the same time, called the young monk out. The little monk's law manifestation golden body was swallowed by Lu Yuan. Go back in time and return to the Violet Palace 9th layer. Lu Yuan threw the demon spirit of the proud monster king to the young monk. Eat it, it will be enough for you to return to the golden state. The young monk clasped his hands together. Amitabha. Thank you Lord Buddha for your gift. The voice fell. The little monk turned into a 5-clawed golden dragon and swallowed the proud monster king in one bite. In an instant, the violent aura swept over like a raging wave. Golden Body Realm 1st layer. Golden Body Realm 2nd layer. Golden Body State. Golden Body 5th layer. The little monk actually broke through several levels in a row and reached the Golden Body 5th layer. Lu Yuan nodded with satisfaction. It is indeed a godfiend with endless potential. According to this momentum, Lu Yuan may really be able to cultivate an 8 Godfiend. You know, the seed of Godfiend can not only breed one. There is also a tribulation thunder in Lu Yuan's Violet Palace. He believes that a real Godfiend will be raised soon. And not 1, but 9. Little monk, pack up all the rare treasures and spiritual herbs on Tianshan Mountain and take them away. When Zhang Mushui wakes up, we will leave here. Give an order. The little monk turned into an afterimage and searched for treasures. Not long after, all kinds of rare treasures, spiritual objects and medicines came into view. The crystallization of 10,000 years of cold evil. 9th level black crystal ice dragon grass. 9th level. There are also countless law weapons. There is even a huge super spirit stone vein. Lu Yuan simply uprooted the entire super spirit stone vein and put it into a storage bag. The last thing that flew over was an ice jade token. There is a desolate smell up there. I don't know exactly what it is. 3 days later, Lu Yuan exhaled a breath of turbid air. Finally, all the meridians are unblocked and the power of the precious medicine is resolved. After a while, the unconscious woman in her arms fluttered her eyelashes. Lu Yuan's appearance was reflected in his confused eyes. Zhang Mushui was not surprised, but whispered weakly to herself, "Is this, dreaming about a yuan again?" A smile appeared on his face. "I've been dreaming about a yuan more and more recently. Am I about to lose my ability to hold on? However, yuan this time seems to be a little different. It feels like he's grown up. Lu Yuan? Question marks appeared in my head. However, immediately afterwards, Lu Yuan felt a little distressed. I'm afraid that Zhang Mushui had dreamed of herself countless times during the past 6 months while undergoing endless torture. That's why it's so peaceful." Suddenly, a cold little hand was placed on Lu Yuan's cheek. Hot. Zhang Mushui opened her eyes in confusion. "Long time no see, Zhang Mushui." Lu Yuan opened his lips lightly and said a warm voice. Zhang Mushui felt as if she had been struck by lightning. The whole person stood there blankly, looking at Lu Yuan stupidly. "Oh, have you spoken? Are you alive a yuan?" Lu Yuan couldn't help laughing. It's true. As he said that, he wanted to reach out and help Zhang Mushui up. Wait a moment, but Zhang Mushui directly stretched out her hand to refuse, and then looked up and down Lu Yuan's body carefully. Then he rubbed his chin and nodded to himself. "Well, it looks just like the real thing. Seems like he's become a bit more handsome." Lu Yuan forced himself not to laugh out loud. This saint of the 9 Shadow Demon sect, who is looked up to by everyone, is the cold-hearted 9 Heavens black ice divine body in everyone's mouth. There is such a cute side. He would like to see it. What other contrasting actions would this cold saint make? After thinking for a while, Zhang Mushui started directly, first touched his forehead, felt it, and nodded. "It's really warm." Then he continued to touch his face, and even pinch the flesh on Lu Yuan's face. This touch is also very real. Then she carefully placed her index finger under Lu Yuan's breath. "It's so alive. You are so Yuan." Zhang Mushui's jaw dropped to the ground. You. Zhang Mushui was completely confused. There is no such thing as the domineering and unparalleled figure of the demon sect saint. On the contrary, she looks like a little girl who is not familiar with the world. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Mushui burst into tears with a "wow" sound, and then threw herself directly into his arms. "Really, it's all real. What just happened was not a dream. Yuan. You saved me. Wow." Although the girl's body temperature is very unusual and a bit cold, her skin is still very tender and smooth, giving people a very comfortable feeling when held in her arms. Lu Yuan gently stroked Zhang Mushui's head, quietly soothing. "Cry." Zhang Mushui suppressed her emotions for too long. For Lu Yuan, she went alone to the 5 Elements prison where no one dared to enter. Although I was lucky enough to find the treasure. But he was in a desperate situation. With the strength of the Danbao realm, there was absolutely no possibility of survival in the face of many great monsters. This made her even more worried about Lu Yuan, because she knows very well where the 9 Shadow Demon sect is. Without her protection, Yuan will definitely become the target of bullying. So she would rather suffer the pain of life than die. She endured this torture for 6 months. However, everything is fine now. Under Lu Yuan's comfort, Zhang Mushui's body and mind gradually calmed down. Half an hour later, Zhang Mushui calmed down completely, raised his head, and looked at Lu Yuan with his eyes that were red from crying. At the same time, many doubts arose in her mind. "Ai Yuan, how did you get here? What's going on with this dragon? Moreover, Ai Yuan, how did your cultivation become so strong? Although I can't see through it, I know." For Zhang Mushui, Lu Yuan has changed too much. She couldn't understand it at all. To know, when Zhang Mushui left the sect half a year ago, Lu Yuan's cultivation was still at the third layer of tempering body. Still an outer disciple of the Nine Shadow Demon sect. Lu Yuan was still very satisfied when he saw the proud daughter of heaven who was shocked by him. Then he explained a little bit. However, he attributed the change in his strength to the ancient holy body. In this story, Lu Yuan was born with the ancient holy body, but because the holy body was not activated, his cultivation progress was slow. After listening to the story of this good-for-nothing counterattack, and then pushed all the way to save his sister, Zhang Mushui pursed her lips, tears glistening in her eyes. "I knew it. I knew my brother was definitely not a loser. Ai Yuan. You must have suffered a lot during this time." Lu Yuan shook his head. His genius sister is a bit cute. "Ai Yuan, thank you." Zhang Mushui smiled so hard that she narrowed her eyes. "I know you must have experienced a lot of dangers along the way." With that said, he handed over the Tianshan snow lotus that he had been holding in his palm. "This is the legendary Tianshan snow lotus that can improve your qualifications, although you may not need it now." He really needs it. Lu Yuan took it with a smile and swallowed it in one gulp. Improve qualifications. At least you can save longevity. Seeing Lu Yuan take Tianshan snow lotus, Zhang Mushui smiled. It seems that her efforts were not in vain. Seeing that Lu Yuan has become so powerful now, Zhang Mushui is completely relieved. By the way, there is also Master. Master must be worried after being missing for so long. "Ai Yuan, let's go back to the sect first." Lu Yuan nodded. Shangguan Qing was indeed very kind to the two siblings. The two of them were discovered by Shangguan Qing when they were children, and then they left the family and entered the Nine Shadow Demon sect. From childhood to adulthood, Shangguan Qing took good care of them. She even let her predecessor, who had extremely poor talent, follow her to practice in the cave mansion. "It's just that my predecessor was too proud and insisted on going to the outer sect to practice on my own." Riding on the five-clawed golden dragon, it turned into a stream of light and disappeared into the sky. Lu Yuan looked back at the shrinking Five Elements prison. There was a sense of urgency in my heart. "Monster Emperor. We still need to improve our strength as soon as possible, otherwise we will be in trouble if the Monster Emperor comes out early." Nine Shadow Demon Sect. Waves of solemn Sanskrit sounds slowly descended from the sky. Amitabha. More than 100 Buddhist disciples stood in the sky like immortals, with their hands clasped together and their treasures solemn. Behind them, King Kong Venerable, lying on his side on the golden lotus, slowly opened his sleepy eyes. "Is this where Lu Yuan's sect is? Kill them all." The slender and upright-looking Buddhist Saint Juxing behind him opened his eyes and spoke softly. "Remember to keep the person who has the closest relationship with Lu Yuan." Many Buddhist disciples stepped into the void like ghosts and walked towards the depths of the Nine Shadow Demon sect. Wherever it passed, golden light fell like raindrops. The Nine Shadow Demon sect disciples below may put their hands together and convert to Buddhism. Or in madness, the body explodes and dies. Within the scope of the Nine Shadow Demon sect, the mountain peaks were dyed red with blood, as if they were weeping blood. It wasn't until the monks from Jinshan Temple came to the inner gate that anyone reacted. "How brave, who dares to kill my Nine Shadow Demon sect disciples like this? Kill, how dare you invade our sect?" Nine Shadow Demon sect executives are all furious. Primordial spirit realm masters rose into the sky one after another. However, all this is in vain. They face the Buddhist disciples of Violet Palace realm. The gap in realm makes everything in vain. With just one encounter, all the top executives of the Nine Shadow Demon sect turned into corpses. The Holy Son of Buddhism stops walking and performs secret methods. Scan the soul. In a moment, information about people closely related to Lu Yuan was captured. Nine Shadow Demon sect female lord. Shangguan Qing. In the hands of a strong person in the golden body realm, Shangguan Qing had nowhere to escape. The chains condensed with golden light were wrapped around him. Shangguan Qing couldn't exert any strength. He can only be dragged by the monk of Jinshan Temple. Hold head high. At this moment, a 10,000-meter-long 5-clawed golden dragon flew out from the forbidden area of Skull Mountain. In an instant, the 5-clawed golden dragon flew across most of the Lingwu Kingdom and landed on the 9 Shadow Demon sect. The ferocious dragon claws pierced the void. The sound of the dragon's roar is shocking. Even the mantra was interrupted. Zhang Mushui exclaimed. Yuan, master was captured by them. Lu Yuan had already felt the stench of hypocritical Buddhism. The bald donkey of Jinshan Temple. So strong, that's actually a 5-clawed golden dragon. The dragon clan's pressure swept over like a turbulent wave, and everyone in Jinshan Temple focused their attention here. More than 100 Violet Palace realm powerhouses. 5 powerful people in the golden body realm. Everyone stopped what they were doing and stared at the 5-clawed golden dragon. Even King Kong Venerable, who was sleeping on the golden lotus, narrowed his eyes. How can the 5-clawed golden dragon have the aura of Buddhism in it? Go and explore the reality of the 5-clawed golden dragon. Following King Kong Venerable's command, several powerful Buddhist figures behind him were ready to take action. But the Buddhist saint frowned. There is someone above that 5-clawed golden dragon. At first, the distance was far away, and it was the forbidden area of Skull Mountain, which had a certain suppression on the souls, so they couldn't see clearly what was on the 5-clawed golden dragon. As the distance gets closer, the 5-clawed golden dragon galloped out of the forbidden area of Skull Mountain, towering over the 9 Shadow Demon sect. 9 Shadow Demon sect disciples who are still alive can clearly see a man and a woman riding a 5-clawed golden dragon. The man is slender and strong, standing with his hands behind his back, looking heroic. The woman's temperament is so cold that people dare not look directly at her. Lu Yuan. After seeing the faces of these 2 people clearly, many people recognize them. The one on top of the 5-clawed golden dragon is actually Lu Yuan. That woman seems a little familiar. This is Zhang Mushui. Lu Yuan actually brought Zhang Mushui back alone. You must know that many elders of the 9 Shadow Demon sect entered the forbidden area of Skull Mountain, but no trace of Zhang Mushui was found. It is said that Zhang Mushui's master also searched for him in Skull Mountain for half a year and returned empty-handed. Why do I feel that the pressure on Lu Yuan's body is getting stronger, and he has subdued a 5-clawed golden dragon in the golden body realm? Senior brother Lu is indeed the reincarnation of Godfiend. The speed of his cultivation is astonishing. I think, even if we face a strong man from Jinshan Temple, senior brother Lu may not lose. How is it possible? There are 5 strong men in the golden body realm in Jinshan Temple, and there is also a Buddhist saint sitting in charge. I heard everyone's surprise. Everyone in Jinshan Temple could no longer remain calm. This person is actually Lu Yuan. This aura is much more powerful than the rumors say. At least it's the golden body realm. Plus this 5-clawed golden dragon that can control the power of Buddhism. Already worthy of their serious consideration. However, this is not enough to make the monks of Jinshan Temple fearful. The imprisoned Shangguan Qing also widened her eyes, full of excitement and surprise. It's really them. However, the next moment, the surprise in Shangguan Qing's eyes turned into fear. Run quickly. Don't come back. With the 5-clawed golden dragon in the golden body, you can break through the blockade of Jinshan Temple and escape from here. When Zhang Mushui saw the captured Shangguan Qing, a cold murderous intent flashed in her eyes. But she also knew that she was not strong enough. Yuan, what should I do? Don't worry, I will kill them and then rescue your master. Lu Yuan's face was calm and his tone was calm. It seemed as if he was talking about an ordinary thing. The holy son of the great Thunderclap Monastery, who has always been silent, monk Juxing frowned. This is Lu Yuan. His strength seems to be stronger than rumored. The Buddhist martial arts of samatha practice can enhance the 6 senses, seek advantages and avoid disadvantages. The first time he saw that young man, Juxing felt a strong sense of crisis in his heart. Dangerous. Juxing remained silent and quietly retreated behind everyone. King Kong Venerable's plump body stood on the golden lotus, waving a huge golden Zen staff, and the shadow of the 1,000-foot-long Zen staff suddenly appeared in midair. Lu Yuan, You have repeatedly killed my Buddhist disciples. Today, are you willing to surrender without mercy? Lu Yuan said word for word, if you want to fight, then fight. Lu Yuan's overbearing words instantly made everyone below excited. He's back, that domineering and unparalleled Lu Yuan is back. Previously, the Buddhist master Sixing was killed like this by Senior Lu. Lu Yuan will never back down, he will just do it. These Buddhist bald donkeys will always talk about being strong, they are all fake monks. Lu Yuan, please avenge my 9 shadow demon sect. No matter what, I hope Lu Yuan can win, at least he won't die here. A war is about to break out. Supreme Buddha Lotus Formation. King Kong Venerable stands proudly on the golden lotus, with a mighty majesty that sweeps across all directions. The Supreme Buddha Lotus is an ancient formation with infinite power. It is composed of hundreds of Violet Palace realms, plus 5 strong men in the Golden Body realm, which has the power to trap and kill the imperishable realm. Hundreds of Buddhist monks are sitting in the sky. The huge golden Buddha lotus condensed, the Buddha lotus slowly rotated, and the lotus petals overflowing with Buddha's light slowly opened, and at the same time, there was a strange fragrance and bursts of Sanskrit sounds. The Buddha lotus bloomed, and the entire sky was enveloped in golden light. But Lu Yuan looked calm. He patted the dragon's head gently and said, "Protect her." The young man raised his feet and stepped into the void. There was a loud buzz sound, and the void suddenly collapsed. The violent energy surged across, and the whole world seemed to freeze for a moment. The young man's figure disappeared instantly, and when he reappeared, he had transformed into a golden giant more than 1,000 feet tall. The golden body has 3 divine abilities. 1. The clone. Controlled by the soul, the golden body can act alone. 2. Please ask God. Integrating the power of the golden body into one's own body can enhance the strength and defense of the physical body. This is a common method used by monks in the golden body realm when fighting. 3. Unity. Integrating oneself into a huge golden body can increase the power of all moves 100 times, making it the strongest state of the golden body. However, the consumption will also increase 100 times, making it difficult for ordinary golden body monks to withstand this kind of fighting method. Generally speaking, this is a desperate measure in desperate situations. But Lu Yuan has no scruples. His spiritual power is endless. The desperate moves that others need to exert all their strength are no different from ordinary moves in his hands. Endless divine light spurted out from his eyes, and a giant more than 1,000 feet came to the world like an ancient godfiend. He stood condescendingly and stepped heavily on the Supreme Buddha Lotus formation with a boom sound. In an instant, the formation collapsed. Puff, puff, puff. All the hundreds of monks maintaining the formation vomited blood and flew backwards, hitting the depths of the ground like meteors. Only 5 strong Buddhists in the golden body realm managed to withstand the aftermath of this kick with all their strength. 5 people are also very decisive. Directly merge with the golden body. Fusion of 6-foot-long law manifestation golden body. If in the past, they had used such divine ability, they would have been unstoppable and invincible to gods and Buddhas. But today, the 5 people looked up at the despairing 1,000-foot golden body and stepped back involuntarily. Lu Yuan stood high above, like a god from the 9 heavens looking down at the ants. 9 shadow demon sect exploded instantly. This is a golden body. Why is this golden body so big? It's going to break the sky. Senior Lu, you are too strong. That's the Supreme Buddha Lotus formation of Buddhism. It was crushed to pieces by 1 foot. This Jin Chan Temple is a famous and powerful force on this continent. Now, he was crushed like this by a young man. This is really terrible. Lu Yuan appeared again, giving everyone an unimaginable shock. It seems that this young man was born to create miracles. King Kong at the back Venerable's eyes widened. How can Lu Yuan's strength be so terrifying? He has the cultivation level of the 9th layer of the golden body realm, but his current golden body is only over 300 feet tall. Compared with Lu Yuan's 1,000-foot-long golden body, it was nothing like clouds and mud. Moreover, King Kong Venerable can feel the majestic power contained in that golden body. This golden body is not only huge in size, but the energy contained in it is even more terrifying. It is 1,000 or 10,000 times that of the regular golden body in the early stage. He is obviously only in the early stage of the golden body realm, how could he possibly condense such a powerful golden body? And under such circumstances, Lu Yuan can actually use the method of unity. How deep is his spiritual power? This boy is definitely not an ordinary person. Who is he? Vajra Venerable has been in the golden body realm for thousands of years, and he thinks he has a deep understanding of the power of the golden body. However, in front of this 1,000-foot golden body, all his research seemed to be nonsense. Lu Yuan didn't want to waste his life. Just start killing. Spiritual power gathered like a tide, and a sword thousands of feet long suddenly appeared. The long knife cut through the void, sending out endless sword light. More than a dozen monks were split in half and turned into dead monks. Blood was spilled, and broken limbs fell from the sky. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. This boy is invincible. Escape. Buddha, help me. Venerable, protect my life. The other monks all widened their eyes in horror. Each shows their divine ability and wants to escape from here. But they are too slow. Lu Yuan's golden body stomped the void with one foot and galloped out like an arrow from a string. The golden power swept like a violent wind. Everyone flew out upside down. No one could see Lu Yuan's position clearly, there was only a terrifying sword flashing in front of their eyes. One knife, two knives, three swords. In the sky, gods and Buddhas all over the sky were killed one after another under the butcher's knife, and their bodies were cut into pieces and fell from the sky like raindrops. For a moment, only 5 strong Buddhists in the golden body realm were left alive. The 5 people looked at each other. They all saw fear in each other's eyes. They don't dare to fight anymore. They have been killed and their courage has been broken. However, in order to survive, they can only fight to the death. The golden body bloomed with wisps of golden light, and powerful power surged out. All in vain. A huge shadow fell from the sky and enveloped the 5 people. Lu Yuan stood high and looked down at the 5 people. The golden palm waved, setting off gusts of wind, and slammed into the 5 golden bodies. Boom! Countless cracks instantly appeared on the 5 golden bodies, and in the blink of an eye, cracks spread all over the body. The indestructible golden body suddenly shattered. 5 masters of the golden body realm were slapped to death. From the beginning of the war to now, it has only been a short time. More than 100 Violet Palace realm monks, including 5 golden body realm monks, no one was spared. Lu Yuan's thoughts moved slightly. The soul and flesh and blood that have not yet landed on the ground are rushing towards the 5-clawed golden dragon like a tide. The giant dragon opened its greedy mouth and devoured energy crazily. However, this energy is too much. The 5-clawed golden dragon transformed into a little monk. The little monk was originally round and cute, but now his belly was as bulging as a rubber ball. The 2 small hands each hold a golden monk's soul. Amy, hiccup, Tuofu, thank you, Lord Buddha, for the gift, but the young monk really can't eat any more. My stomach is about to burst. Lu Yuan's eyes were focused on the confused King Kong Venerable. He sensed a huge aura of the ancient Buddha from this old bald donkey. There was deathly silence between heaven and earth, followed by the excited roars of countless people. Too strong. More than 100 powerful people in Buddhism were all killed like chickens and dogs. This is simply terrifying. Senior Lu's strength is increasing at a terrifying rate. Those old bald donkeys from Buddhism don't dare to be arrogant anymore. Shengguan Qing and Zhang Mushui, who were most familiar with Lu Yuan, were even more shocked. After all, they clearly knew Lu Yuan's previous strength. Shengguan Qing opened her mouth in shock. Rely on your own to crush the top forces in this continent. Those more than 100 monks are all Violet Palace realm monks, and there are even strong men in the golden body realm. They are not just chickens and dogs. How long has this guy been away from the 9 Shadow Demon sect? He is already so strong. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, there would be no law manifestation letter anyway. Although Zhang Mushui had long known that Lu Yuan's strength had improved, she never imagined that he would be so powerful. These powerful men who were beyond her knowledge were completely vulnerable to Lu Yuan's hands. Amitabha, a majestic Buddha's name, came from an altitude of 10,000 meters. King Kong Venerable's eyes were filled with fear. How is this going? In such a short period of time, it's just a matter of breaking through 2 major realms in succession and becoming a golden monk. He actually showed such strong fighting power. The condensed golden body is even more powerful than his golden body ninth layer. Is that human being? This speed of cultivation improvement and this increase in strength are simply astonishing. King Kong Venerable feels regretful. Jinshan Temple suffered too much loss this time. It can even be said that the 10,000 years of accumulation of Jinshan Temple have been destroyed in one day. But the matter has come to this, there is only one battle. King Kong Venerable looked back at the Buddhist saint who was hiding behind everyone, and became even more angry. This fool has obviously practiced the secret Buddhist method of enhancing the six senses. He must have noticed that Lu Yuan was powerful from the beginning, so he kept hiding behind him. Holy Son, please join me in killing this man. However, the Buddhist saint was indifferent and even closed his eyes. The main theme is one that cannot be heard, cannot be seen, and does not take action. King Kong Venerable gritted his teeth, his eyes were red, and he was extremely angry. Oh shit, a fool like you deserves to be called the Holy Son of Buddhism. Garbage, garbage. No matter how insulted King Kong Venerable was, the Buddhist saint remained unmoved and did not even open his eyes. This fool, is he really not ready to take action? King Kong Venerable got angrier the more he cursed. How can the 10,000 years of accumulation of Jinshan Temple be destroyed in one day? What happened today must come to an end. In this case, we can only invite the true soul of the ancient Buddha. Buddha, please help me kill this beast. With an angry roar, a bright Buddha light bloomed from King Kong Venerable's chest. The Buddha's light gathered into a huge shadow 10,000 meters high. Bursts of Sanskrit sounds came out, and the sacred meaning made people want to kneel down and worship involuntarily. This is, King Kong Venerable actually contains the true soul of the ancient Buddha within his own body. Lu Yuan raised his eyebrows, feeling secretly happy. This was the existence he had perceived before. If the young monk swallows it, he will definitely be able to master more Buddhist divine ability and ancient secrets. What a good thing. The little monk was even more excited. However, he was too full right now, and energy would burst out of his mouth if he moved even a little bit. The little monk's face changed with fright, and he quickly covered his mouth with his chubby little hands, not daring to move any more. I saw Lord Buddha raising the butcher knife again. The little monk looked forward to it even more. The Lord Buddha has already taken action, he just needs to wait to eat this true soul. Thinking of this, the little monk transformed into a golden relic, suspended in midair, and accelerated the absorption of energy in the body. There will be more delicious food waiting for him later. 10,000 meters above the sky. Lu Yuan would not stand still and wait for the enemy to accumulate power. The 1,000-foot-long sword shone with a cold light. Eternal night. Cut. When the sword was swung out, the color of the world changed. The whole world became as dark as ink and extremely depressing. Only those golden eyes were dazzling. The sharp sword light tore through the sky. King Kong Venerable roared angrily and transformed into a golden body of law manifestation hundreds of feet tall. The Zen staff in his hand also became extremely huge, like a pillar optimizing the sky. He threw the 1,000-meter Zen staff with all his strength, trying to resist this terrifying knife. However, under the shocking light of the sword, the Zen staff was instantly chopped to pieces. The golden lotus at Venerable's feet bloomed with dazzling light, forming a golden shield to protect it tightly. But it still didn't work. The force of the sword's light is like breaking bamboo, invincible. All defenses are like paper. The sound of clicking was heard endlessly, and the cracks on the golden lotus platform continued to spread. Even the golden body of King Kong Venerable is not immune, covered with spiderweb-like cracks. Boom! The light of the sword dissipated, the darkness faded, and the light returned to the earth. It seemed that everything just now was an illusion. However, King Kong Venerable fell into eternal night. Congratulations to the host, for killing King Kong Venerable, cultivation level, golden body 9th layer. Total lifespan, 11,000 years. Remaining lifespan, 3,560 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan, 3,560 years. Lu Yuan flashed like a ghost and came to the huge phantom of the Buddha, stretching out his hand to take the ancient Buddha's true soul into his bag. However, in the endless Buddha light, a pair of sacred eyes slowly opened. Buzz! The relic carrying the true soul exploded directly. Endless Buddha light pours into King Kong Venerable's body like a tide. The body covered with cracks actually glowed with life. Roar! A hoarse, crazy roar came from King Kong Venerable's body. His fat neck showed a strange arc. The entire eyeball turned pure black. The true soul of the ancient Buddha actually took away his body. But, is this really the Buddha? Why is there such a strong aura of evil? In the blink of an eye, the King Kong Venerable, which was originally bathed in golden light, turned into a strange existence shrouded in black mist. Weird energy condensed around him into a ghost-like golden body, exuding a creepy aura. This strange aura spread quickly like ink dripping into the water, instantly eroding the entire Nine Shadow Demon sect. Any monk who inhales this black mist will be corrupted by it, regardless of his level of cultivation. The corners of Lu Yuan's mouth raised slightly. Interesting. He had never encountered such an evil aura. I don't know who is stronger and who is weaker compared to his Tribulation Thunder. After all, Tribulation Thunder is the most powerful divine power in the world. All living things are nourishment. Everyone will die, everyone will die. The whole world is a scam. Kill, kill, kill. After the ancient Buddha took away his body, he acted very crazy. The black mist spreads wantonly. Nine Shadow Demons sect millions of monks. Anyone who is corroded by the black mist will become the nutrients of the black mist. The black mist keeps expanding. The aura around Venerable's body is also constantly increasing. Kill, kill, kill. Hoarse and crazy shouts of killing came. His dark eyes stared at Lu Yuan, and he rushed out like an arrow from a string. Lu Yuan did not dodge. Cut it out with one knife. Whoosh! The invincible eternal night cannot cut off this illusory black mist. What's even more frightening is that the black mist can also corrode the long knife he forged with the power of his spiritual power and golden body. In a blink of an eye, the 1,000-foot-long blade was completely corroded. Lu Yuan frowned slightly. This fog is really weird. However, he has many ways to deal with this strange fog. The second Godfiend seed is activated. Endless heavenly calamity thunder emerged from within the body. There were thunder arcs pulsing in both eyes. In an instant, the sky was dark and the earth was dark, and bursts of thunder and roar came from the 9 heavens, as if the heaven was venting its dissatisfaction. Lu Yuan's whole body was bathed in thunder, and his left hand gently brushed the corroded blade. Under the baptism of thunder, the decayed blade was reborn. The blade of the sword swallows the sword light, like endless thunder resounding across the earth. The long sword points directly at the 9 heavens. An arc of lightning fell from the sky and fell on the long knife condensed by the thunder. Tribulation Thunder Eternal Night. A sword of thunder connecting heaven and earth was swung out. King Kong Venerable's body freezes instantly. The black mist in front of GLA was like encountering a natural enemy, instantly disappearing into nothing. Lu Yuan waved his hand. The 1,000-foot-long sword in his hand shot out like lightning, striking the center of the 9 Shadow Demons sect covered in black mist. Boom! Thunder and lightning roared, and the earth trembled. Endless lightning arcs linger in the 9 Shadow Demon sect. The black mist completely disappeared under the purification of Tribulation Thunder. 9 Shadow Demon sect, there are ruins, and the strange aura kills countless people. In a sect with millions of people, only a few thousand injured people are left alive. Brother Taoist, my internal organs have been eroded by strange energy, so my wife and daughter will be taken care of by Brother Tao. What the hell is this? Isn't that the ancient Buddha? Why is it so weird? What a weird energy. It seems to be the natural enemy of spiritual power. My spiritual protection was penetrated instantly, and the law weapon was also directly eroded. And the more people die, the stronger the strange atmosphere becomes. This kind of power is simply the natural enemy of monks. Fortunately, Lu Yuan killed that weird thing. Senior Lu's current strength, we can no longer even look up to him. The golden body of more than 1,000 feet dissipated. Lu Yuan's thoughts moved, and the seriously injured Shangguan Qing floated over. She looked at the young man in front of her with a dazed look. The young man is strong and slender, and his words and deeds are more domineering than before. However, this temperament is very suitable for young people. It seems that he was born to look down upon the common people and suppress everything. Lu Yuan didn't know what Shangguan Qing was thinking. Touching her eyebrows with one finger, rich spiritual power entered her body to help her heal. Lu Yuan took a closer look and frowned slightly. Zhang Mushui happened to fly over and asked, Yuan, is master's injury serious? Lu Yuan shook his head, your master's body is fine, but I found a dragon of luck in his dantian. And the dragon of fate has declined. When monks form elixirs, different gold cores will appear due to different methods of condensation. For example, Lu Yuan's is a yin-yang fish. Zhang Mushui's is pure ice. Shenghuan Qing's is the dragon of luck. Generally speaking, those who can use the luck of a country to form elixirs are the children of the royal family. And he is a direct descendant. Looking at the confused looks of the two people, Shenghuan Qing shook her head, this is all in the past. At this time, a sudden change occurred. The Holy Son of Buddhism has been hiding behind everyone and has not shown any divine power. Across space in an instant, seizing the true soul of the ancient Buddha, it turned into a stream of light and galloped away into the distance. Juxing raised the corner of his mouth slightly and said, Baby monk, farewell. Dear donors, I hope to see you again. What he used was the most special Buddhist martial arts. Magic foot power. It was as fast as lightning and disappeared into the sky in an instant. That thing is powerful, as evidenced by the 9 shadow demon sect below. This was still due to Lu Yuan's strong attack. Otherwise, the damage it will cause is simply unimaginable. If this thing falls into the hands of Buddhism again, it will definitely be more dangerous the next time we deal with it. And, Juxing is extremely smart, and the direction he escapes is the forbidden area of Skull Mountain. There is a soul restriction in the forbidden area. As long as you find a place to hide, no one will be able to find him. However, Lu Yuan was not nervous at all. There was even a faint smile hanging on the corner of his mouth. I saw a blade quickly condense on his back. The sword finger moved lightly, and the spiritual blade shot out. Boom, boom, in an instant, the blade then caught up with Monk Juxing. It penetrated his chest and nailed him to the ancient entrance monument of Skull Mountain. No need for Lu Yuan to signal. The young monk turned into a stream of light and dragged the noble Buddhist saint back. Lu Yuan stood down and stepped on Ji Xing's wound, and blood spurted out from Ji Xing's mouth. Juxing shouted in pain, Donor Lu, spare my life. I'll use Buddhism's message in exchange for my life. Juxing had a strong desire to survive. Seeing that Lu Yuan did not refuse, he quickly said, I am the Holy Son of the Great Thunderclap Monastery Holy Land. I know many secrets of the Golden Chan Temple and the Great Thunderclap Monastery Holy Land. The Holy Son of Buddhism quickly explained, this remnant soul of the ancient Buddha is an extraterrestrial thing and does not belong to our world. All the good things in Jinshan Temple are in the Sutra Pavilion. And the location of the Jinshan Temple's treasure house is just under the pagoda in the center of the courtyard. Would you like to hear about the Great Thunderclap Monastery? Juxing raised his head in a flattering manner. Lu Yuan's face was cold. He looked like he was going to kill someone if he didn't provide useful information. Don't kill me, I say. There are also many treasures in the Great Thunderclap Monastery, and the Holy Land has a great reputation. No one dares to steal things, so many treasures are kept in plain sight. In the Buddhist hall, the lotus platform under the Buddha statue has a charm. It is said that it was the object of the ancient Buddha's enlightenment. You know that to achieve enlightenment is to become the great emperor and ascend to the upper world. Also, wordless Buddhist scriptures. Ancient inheritance. The 6 paths of Buddhism. Lu Yuan learned many secret things from the mouth of this second fifth son of Buddhism. Lu Yuan was very interested in many things he said. Especially those martial arts skills. However, now he is not strong enough to go to the Great Thunderclap Monastery to rob it. Which direction is Jin Chan Temple? Juxing is very honest and answers whatever is asked. To the southwest, there is a Buddhist scripture pavilion and a treasure house in Jinshan Temple, which contains countless secret treasures of martial arts. The young monk is willing to lead the way for almsgiver Lu. Lu Yuan nodded, thank you. Donor Lu, you're too polite. This information is not that valuable. Juxing's attitude was very low. But I haven't had time to be happy yet. That emotionless voice made the Buddhist saint feel as if he had fallen into an ice cave. Then you can go on your way with peace of mind. He picked up the knife and dropped it, and the second 5 Buddhist boys screamed and fell to the ground. On the true soul of the ancient Buddha, black mist and golden light entwined like 2 dragons. This black mist is strange. It can corrode spiritual power, but it cannot corrode the power of the ancient Buddha. Lu Yuan's heart moved, and he used the little monk's energy to test it. Sure enough, even the black mist could not corrode this special golden light. Could it be that this black mist and golden light are higher level energy? He speculated secretly. If you can control this kind of power and fight against others, wouldn't it be an extra killing move? With a thought, Lu Yuan used the Buddha's light, peeled off the black mist, swallowed it into his belly, and condensed it into the third Godfian seed. At this time, he started to check other harvests. Congratulations to the host, for killing the elder of Jinshan Temple, cultivation level, Violet Palace 7th layer. Total lifespan, 4,504 years. Remaining lifespan, 1,560 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan, 1,560 years. Congratulations to the host, for killing the abbot of Jinshan Temple, cultivation level, peak of Golden Body Realm. Total lifespan, 10,600 years. Remaining lifespan, 3,600 years. Successfully plundered Shoyuan, 3,600 years. Congratulations to the host, for killing the holy son of Great Thunderclap Monastery, cultivation level, Golden Body Realm 7th layer. Total lifespan, 11,000 years. Remaining lifespan, 10,841 years. Successfully robbed Shoyuan, 1,841 years. Alerts kept coming one after another, and Lu Yuan's plunder lifespan increased rapidly. Remaining looted longevity, 195,001 years. 190,000 years old. Lu Yuan was ecstatic in his heart. He didn't expect that the harvest would be so rich. Especially this 25-year-old Buddha. At just over 100 years old, he has already reached the golden state. His talent is so strong that it is rare in the world. It's a pity that you can't plunder his talent, otherwise wouldn't you be invincible? He put all the storage bags and treasures into his bag, then took the two girls and jumped onto the dragon's head. The five-clawed golden dragon roared loudly and turned into a stream of light. Disappear into the sky. In the 9th Shadow Demon sect, the remaining monks are still frightened. Senior Lu Yuan is truly a god. Decisive in killing and unpredictable in strength, Senior Lu's enemies will never survive more than 3 breaths. However, although Senior Lu was born in the 9 Shadow Demon sect, he is not a murderer. I have never heard of him killing innocent people. Senior Lu saved us today. At first I was just in awe of Senior Lu's strength, but now that I have seen Senior Lu as a person, I admire him even more. On the huge body of the 5-clawed golden dragon, Zhang Mushui and Shangguan Qing were talking about their experiences in the past 6 months. Of course, Lu Yuan is the topic they talk about most. Lu Yuan was concentrating on sorting out the harvest, with more than 100 storage bags floating in front of him. He skillfully packed various resources such as martial arts, precious medicines, law weapons, and spiritual stones into different storage bags according to their levels. This time the harvest was huge. There are more than 60,000 super spirit stones. 8th level law weapon 7 pieces. 3 pieces of 9th level law weapon. It's a pity that the 9th level Buddhist treasure on King Kong Venerable was destroyed by Lu Yuan. There are also hundreds of bottles of 9th grade elixirs for healing, cultivating, all kinds of miraculous elixirs, there are countless. It has to be said that Jinshan Temple, as one of the top forces in this continent, has a profound foundation. But there is no advanced martial arts. However, there is a set of heaven-level formations in King Kong Venerable's storage bag, the Supreme Buddha Lotus Formation. Although it is of no use to Lu Yuan, there are many martial arts here in the Buddhist Saint Sun. There is also the unique martial arts of the Great Thunderclap Monastery that exceeds the heaven level. Super heavenly level martial arts, the 6 paths of Buddhism. After harvesting so much longevity, Lu Yuan naturally started to practice. But when he opened the system panel, he saw a system prompt. Congratulations to the host, the total lifespan has exceeded 100,000, and a new function of the system has been unlocked. Consume lifespan to unlock resentment and assist the host in practicing martial arts. Resentment. Assist in martial arts training. Lu Yuan's eyes sparkled. It seems that the system still has many functions that have not been unlocked, and we need to try more in the future. Immediately ready to try. 119,000 years of plundering longevity gave Liu Yuan enough confidence. The 6 paths of Buddhism are the martial arts practiced by Juxing. Then unlock the resentment of Ji Sheng. With this thought, Liu Yuan continued to simulate. Unlocking the Buddhist saint's cessation of resentment consumes 1,321 years of life. You once took Tiantian Snow Lotus, your qualifications were upgraded to the highest level, and you practice the Buddhist secret method, 6 links of Buddhism, with confidence. However, you were completely confused when faced with dense Buddhist texts. Can humans understand this? In the first year, a resentful figure appears in front of you, seemingly complaining that you don't follow martial ethics. However, while complaining, he also started to explain the 6 paths of Buddhism to you. This martial art is very complex and includes 6 powerful divine abilities. Heavenly eyes, heavenly ears, other minds, fate, divine feet, all leaks. In the second year, with the help of Juxing resentment, you embarked on the path of cultivation with difficulty. For hundreds of years, because of your poor talent, your resentment has only become more intense. Of course you are not convinced, but you have taken Tiantian Snow Lotus, and your qualifications have reached the top level. Believe it or not, from what he said, you just now know the specific classification of cultivation qualifications. Your talent has only been upgraded from low grade to high grade. On top of that, there are also the talents of heaven and man, the talents of gods and humans. You also have resentment. In the 560th year, after going through hardships and with the help of stopping resentment, you finally achieved the 6 powers of Buddhism. A first glimpse into the method. See information during simulation. Liu Yuan was speechless. After taking Tiantian Snow Lotus, he was very proud of himself. Now it seems that my qualifications have only been slightly improved. However, even so, you can still save a lot of life. With the help of resentment, the speed of his martial arts practice has been greatly improved. It only takes 500 years to get started with super heaven level martial arts. Although these qualifications cannot be compared with those of a natural-born Buddhist like Ji Sheng, Liu Yuan is quite satisfied. He stopped paying attention to the progress of the simulation. Turned to study the map in the storage bag. Gumu continent. Liu Yuan knew the structure of this world for the first time. The Gumu continent he was in had relatively weak spiritual power, but 6 major forces were entrenched. Tianxing Immortal Dynasty, Gunshan Cave Mansion, Changsheng Family, Lu Family, Red Maple Valley, Jinshan Temple, Tianwu Immortal Dynasty. Among them, Jin Chan Temple is the weakest. The strongest among them is only at the peak of the Golden Body Realm. Others have Imperishable Realm, even the legendary Immortal Powerhouse. In the 4,300th year, congratulations, you have successfully broken through to the 5th layer of the Golden Body Realm. Your strength, speed, perception, all aspects are enhanced. The 6 paths of Buddhism are complete. Consumption of plundered longevity, 4,300 years. Martial arts, super heaven level, 6 skills of Buddhism, not yet started right pointing arrow perfect. Cultivation, Golden Body Realm 3rd layer right pointing arrow Golden Body Realm 5th layer. It only took more than 4,000 years to successfully cultivate super heaven level martial arts. For other monks, more than 4,000 years may be an unimaginable length of time. But for Liu Yuan, it was already very little. This is super heaven level martial arts. And it is the extremely complex 6 paths of Buddhism. Not only that, his cultivation has also improved to 2 realms. Tianwu Immortal Dynasty. In the Gilded Hall, a person sits on the supreme throne, walking like a dragon and walking like a tiger, showing his power without getting angry. We see Martial Sovereign. The strong men below cupped their fists and saluted. Martial Sovereign looked solemn. You should already know about the Golden Chan Temple. How do you think we, Tianwu Immortal Dynasty, should deal with this matter? The ministers below were talking a lot and expressing their opinions. This son, Liu Yuan, is from a heretic background and has killed countless people. He may not be easy to control. However, his talent is amazing, and he may be able to recruit him to contribute to our immortal dynasty. However, we need to shock this boy first and let him know the power of my immortal dynasty. Quote, "No, we must not allow these evil heretics to work with us. Your Majesty, for the sake of my immortal dynasty's stability, you can kill him." Martial Sovereign stared angrily. With a sound of boom, the table was smashed into pieces. Idiot, idiot, are you blind or deaf? Don't you know that Jin Chan Temple was destroyed just now? Everyone closed their mouths and did not dare to say a word. However, a young man wearing a python robe had his eyes twinkling. Father, Holy Ming, the treasure house of Jinshan Temple is now ownerless. We should go and get the treasure first. Isn't it a wonderful thing? Your Highness is wise. Your Highness has grown. The other ministers also quickly agreed and started to show their wits. However, Martial Sovereign was furious. A scroll of letters hit the young man directly on the head, knocking him unconscious. Martial Sovereign painful forehead. What the hell did the Martial Sovereign tribe raise? Everyone, follow me to Jinshan Temple. Are you going to rob the treasure house? The prince covered his head with excitement in his eyes. Grab Nima, how could I give birth to such a stupid son like you? Martial Sovereign's face instantly turned as black as the bottom of a pot. Not only can we not rob the treasure house, we must also protect the treasure house for Lu Yuan. Because, our Tianwu immortal dynasty cannot afford to offend such talented people. Members of the royal family, follow me to Jinshan Temple immediately to greet Lu Yuan. Jinshan Temple is suspended in midair, the Buddha's light is shining, but the monk is nowhere to be seen. After King Kong Venerable and the powerful men of Jinshan Temple were defeated, the remaining monks fled. Only an empty temple remained. However, today, heavy troops poured into Jin Chan Temple to prevent anyone from entering. The emperor of the Tianwu immortal dynasty, the golden man known as Martial Sovereign, also came in person. He has been waiting in front of Jinshan Temple, waiting for Lu Yuan's arrival. Standing beside him were many powerful men and royal family members. Under the power of Tianwu immortal dynasty, many people who try to seize the treasures of Jinshan Temple can only watch from a distance. This Martial Sovereign is so abominable. What a piece of shit. If you don't grab such a good thing, you actually give it to someone else. Coward. Don't call him Martial Sovereign anymore. Change his name to Coward Emperor. That's right, Tianwu immortal dynasty has the ancestor of the imperishable realm in charge, so why are you afraid of Lu Yuan? Everyone saw that the ownerless treasure was so close, but was being protected, and felt extremely angry, but they did not dare to offend Tianwu immortal dynasty. At this moment, there was a deafening dragon roar from 10,000 meters above the sky. Hold head high. The huge dragon head is like a golden mountain falling from the sky, making people breathless. Accompanied by the terrifying dragon power, the originally aggrieved crowd suddenly felt tremendous pressure. He didn't even dare to raise his head. Martial Sovereign waved his long sleeves and shouted loudly, Master Lu, we have been waiting here for a long time. Below, more than a dozen immortal dynasty warriors wearing battle armor bowed and saluted. Boom! A powerful aura swept over, making the world tremble. However, the three people on the five-clawed golden dragon did not change their expressions. Especially that young man, his slender and straight figure is as straight as a javelin. Lu Yuan stood with his hands behind his hands and looked down at Martial Sovereign and others. The Emperor of Tianwu Immortal Dynasty welcomes you personally. Today's Lu Yuan is no longer comparable to what he used to be. Even the Emperor, who has a land of hundreds of millions of miles, must show his favor to him. Sure enough, in this world, as long as you have enough strength, you can do whatever you want. Lu Yuan looked indifferent and unfazed. He didn't reveal any breath, but gave people an extremely depressing illusion. Even, the power exuded by the dozen or so strong men of the Golden Body realm in the Tianwu Immortal Dynasty also dissipated because of him. Lu Yuan slowly stepped onto the steps. With every step you take, the aura around your body will become stronger. The weak monks even fell to their knees involuntarily under the pressure of this aura. Even those golden monks felt tremendous pressure. Everyone in Tianwu Immortal Dynasty looked at each other. They were both in the Golden Body realm, but just a trace of aura from this young man made them feel so palpitated. Previously, they were slightly dissatisfied with Martial Sovereign's approach. At this moment, I am convinced. Ha ha ha. Martial Sovereign laughed twice and stood up to greet him. Master Lu is indeed the reincarnation of Godfiend, born supreme. Don't get me wrong, little friend Lu. I heard that many people are trying to get their hands on the treasure house of Jinshan Temple, so I specially sent people to guard here and wait for Mr. Lu. Martial sovereign's posture is extremely low. Lu Yuan nodded and said lightly, "Thank you." After saying that, he took the three of them into Jin Chan Temple. After opening the treasure house through the secret method, Lu Yuan said, "Take whatever you want." He then entered the martial arts area directly. Tianji Martial Arts, 6-character seal. Tianji Martial Arts, Immortal Lotus. There is even a super celestial martial arts book called Golden Body 3 Heads and 6 Arms. As expected of Jin Chan Temple, there is such a precious high-level martial arts. I originally thought that I could harvest a few heaven-level martial arts at most here, but I didn't expect that there were even super heaven-level martial arts. Moreover, it is also a technique that can enhance the power of the golden body. Lu Yuan was ecstatic and immediately began to imitate martial arts. Because you are in a Buddhist holy place and surrounded by Zen, it is more conducive to comprehend the 6-character seal of Buddhism's heaven-level martial arts. In the 101st year, the resentment of Buddhist saint Sun Juxing gradually revived. When he saw that you were not practicing the right way, he immediately appeared to help you. In the 160th year, you finally succeeded in cultivating the 6-character seal to the entry level. 500. Consumption and plundering longevity, 809 years. Martial arts, 6-character seal, uninitiated, right-pointing arrow perfect. Consumption of plundered longevity, 570 years. Martial arts, the Immortal Lotus platform, not yet started, right-pointing arrow perfect. Lu Yuan raised his eyebrows slightly. After the talent is improved, the speed of practicing heaven-level martial arts has been significantly improved. Lu Yuan infused Shouyuan into heavenly law-shaping earth martial arts. After Juxing's explanation, you will soon understand that Golden Body, 3 Heads and 6 Arms, is a book that can improve the cultivation of the golden body, and it is extremely difficult. King Kong Venerable spent hundreds of years without success. In the 590th year, with the help of Juxing, you successfully understood the essence of this martial arts. With 3 heads and 6 arms, your golden body has grown a 5th limb. In the 1400th year, your cultivation has improved and you have reached the 6th layer of the golden body realm. Basic accomplishment with 3 heads and 6 arms, and a golden body with 4 arms appears. Opening square bracket, closing square bracket. In the 5501st year, you draw the power of heaven and earth to build a golden body with 3 heads and 6 arms. Golden body 3 heads and 6 arms, is complete. Consumption of plundered longevity, 570 years. Martial arts. Golden body 3 heads and 6 arms, not yet started, right-pointing arrow perfect. Cultivation. Golden body realm 5th layer, right-pointing arrow, golden body realm 6th layer. Lu Yuan opened his eyes. Then he saw 5 golden dragons flying towards him carrying Zhang Mushui and Shengguan Cheng. "Ai Yuan, we are rich." Zhang Mushui was extremely excited. She had never seen so many rare treasures. Lu Yuan took the storage bag and after using his soul to explore it, he raised his brows slightly. "Good. There are millions of super spiritual stones inside. Tens of thousands of higher grade spiritual crystals. There are countless types of elixirs. In addition, there are many Buddhist law weapons." He randomly selected a few high-level law weapons, threw them to the 3 of them, and then pocketed all the remaining treasures. All the treasures that could be taken away have been looted. But Lu Yuan knew that there was another priceless thing, spiritual veins. Such a powerful force would definitely choose a place with spiritual veins to establish a sect. "Little monk, take them out of here first." After the 3 people left, Lu Yuan's eyes glowed with divine light. A huge whirlpool of spiritual power emerged in the sky. Terrifying energy surged toward his golden body like a tide. The energy of thousands of miles around was swallowed up in an instant. In the blink of an eye, a 10,000-meter tall golden giant stood tall on the earth. Lu Yuan used the art of unity, and the sacred mountain of Jinshan Temple under his feet instantly became insignificant. He waved his giant golden hand, and the sacred mountain where the Golden Chan Temple was located instantly collapsed and turned into countless flying rocks. 5 spiritual veins composed of countless spiritual stones converged into a long dragon tens of thousands of meters high in the sky. Thousands of miles around, all the monks are looking at the sky. In the dense clouds, there seemed to be 2 scorching suns, burning fiercely and scorching the earth. "Those are 2 suns. How is it possible? Isn't the sun in the east? Why do I feel like these are a pair of eyes? Are you kidding? Who can have such big eyes? It really looks like a golden body. Can the golden body be cultivated to such a big size? Of course, according to rumors, the ancestor of Tianwu Immortal Dynasty's imperishable realm can condense a 10,000-meter golden body. Tian Martial Sovereign's ancestral home. An old man lying on a rocking chair suddenly burst out with a terrifying breath. His body also expanded, turning into a golden giant 10,000 meters tall, looking thousands of miles away. Who, fellow Taoist, dares to disturb the spiritual power of my Tianwu Immortal Dynasty without any reason? The old man's roar resounded like thunder for thousands of miles. Ancestor, there is a misunderstanding. Martial Sovereign's soul spread thousands of miles, and he hurriedly sent a message to explain. Afterwards, Martial Sovereign began to explain everything about Lu Yuan. Ancestor Tianwu's eyes were widened with disbelief on his face. What, is this a golden body formed by the cultivation of the golden body realm? How can this be? I, Tianwu Immortal Dynasty, must never antagonize such a genius. If this son can be allowed to join my Tianwu Immortal Dynasty, my Tianwu will surely prosper for eternity, and may even annex the surrounding Immortal Dynasty and enter the extreme profundities continent. Etc. Ancestor Tianwu suddenly changed his expression. You said that boy just broke through to the 6th layer of the golden body. The ruins of Jinshan Temple. Zhang Mushui and Shangguan Qing raised their heads and looked at the huge body with no end in sight, opening their mouths in astonishment. This is a golden body. Ai Yuan, when did you become stronger again? The young monk was calm and composed, clasping his hands together. Just get used to it. Lord Buddha is the most mysterious existence in the world. At this time, an extremely luxurious ship shot out like a sharp arrow. On the deck of Shansha, stood a graceful woman, saluting everyone. The little girl Sophie comes from Qianzhentai. Today I specially invite Mr. Liu to attend the auction in 3 days. I wonder, Mr. Liu, would you like to be honored? Auctions. Lu Yuan had just obtained countless spiritual stones and was about to spend them lavishly. This 1,000 gold platform came at just the right time. I just don't know what the level of this auction is. Sophie handed over a jade sign and a scroll filled with lots. Lu Yuan's eyes were as bright as a torch and he focused directly on the first item. Ancient Dual Pupils. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.